Hello, everyone, and welcome to a critically average campaign called Seraphina, which is a Dungeons and Dragons 5e campaign that I play with my friends, and these are my friends.
Hey!
Hi.
Oh, God. Right. Where we left off last time, then. The party were in pursuit of the bandits that attacked and assassinated Alistair Clad. They followed them through the woods, killed, captured, and then killed again. And then eventually made their way to a place called Grove Watch Bastion, an old watchtower ruin that kept an eye on the surrounding area and the grove of old. And it is here that the bandits, or should I say, the guards, were held up, as the bandits never really existed. And it turned out that under the leadership of the captain of the guard himself, Corbin Crestfall, a plot to shake up the leadership and change some of Silver Fern's. Sorry, my cat is doing weird shit.
Your cat is always doing weird shit.
Changing up the policy and the politics of for its more secure future.
Indeed.
And from here, they were plotting. The party attempted incursion into said tower, which failed quite dramatically.
Yeah, they knew luck.
Yep, as Nezum and Knick-Knack just kind of failed their stealth checks spectacularly and just strolled on up to the wall where there were guards just watching them. So they got quite alerted to the incoming party quite quickly. Misk was probably the best at infiltrating, as he portrayed himself as one of their own upon approach that they let in under the guise of being chased by the rest of them.
Yeah, when I've realised they failed their stealth checks.
Exactly, and Luck managed to sneak in quickly behind and start a parley with Corbin Crestfall himself, which didn't last too long, as Nezum and Knick-Knack continued their no longer an infiltration, more of a siege, and did some really horrible things to some really quite just underpowered guards. Needless to say, they are all dead, apart from one. Half the camp is burning. One poor archer was thrown from their tower, landed on barrels full of oil and nails.
Then a flame was dropped onto that.
And then a certain Nezum decided, you know what would be a really good idea? Let's throw some fire at this stack of explosive barrels while standing quite close to them. So Nezum's dead.
It's all right. He will live again.
Yeah. So we come back to the group.
There's just one lone person walking down, isn't there? There's like one person on the.
Luck's the only one that's still like.
Yeah.
Luck is the only one still conscious.
Yeah, and then there's the one guard.
Alan. And there is one guard who has been
traumatized.
Alan. That is present. What he's doing right now, you are not sure. But we are going to come to Luck, as Knick-Knack is unconscious, and so is Misk. However, both are stable.
But you don't actually know what Nezum is because you haven't been near.
Well, this is the thing. Nobody is actually aware of currently of Nezum's fate, but Nezum is dead or dying. Luck. As of how we ended, you launched your last firebolt in a desperate attempt as Corbin and Crestfall marched slowly towards you. Fleeing for your own life, you started attempting to flee and firing back at him as much as you possibly could. And finally, in one last bout of desperation, you were able to bring him down. Smoke rises through this ruin into the dawning sky, as if the entire sky was now aflame as the sun rises. What do you do?
I'm keeping an eye on Alan, like trying
You
to
cannot see Alan from where you are.
I cannot.
No. You have gone down the stairs onto the second level. Alan is atop the wall on the second level.
Oh.
You
Fuck.
see the body of Corbin strawn out at the bottom of the stairs before you. The gate is sealed. And you just hear the crackle of flames and smoke and sparks as the tents and other bits of wood and structure that they had built within this stone tower continue to burn.
Okay. I'm going to try to approach his Corbin corpse, but still trying to stay aware that if Alan would try to shoot me on sight.
It was a very quick battle. There was a lot going on. Can you make me, we're going to say a history check to recall everything that happened during that battle really, really quickly, because some people were killed that you didn't have eyes on. There was a lot of darkness flying about. You don't know the fate of everybody up in that main chamber at the moment. So for you, we're going to do a history check now to see whether you can even recall whether there are.
Is another person alive?
Or whether you think you are currently the only person. Because you saw all your friends go down. But again, you are unaware of whether any of them are alive.
I do would like to argue that Alan was always on sight for me.
Until you ran and turned tail.
Yeah, when you went out and then down the steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was fine when
he was alive and fine the last time you saw him.
Just going to is the map on? No, it's not.
The map is on.
It's not.
It should be.
It is not. The session hasn't started.
Yeah, it's currently not hosting the game.
Yeah.
Let me refresh the session. I might have timed out. So you can all see the chaos of which you wrought.
I didn't do such thing. A certain person here did so. And you're proud of yourself. That's the thing, isn't it? You're absolutely proud of yourself.
Me?
Just trying to load because it's just giving me a blank screen.
No, it's loaded. I can see it.
Oh, it's loading for you guys, is it? It's not loading for me.
You were glitching a minute ago, though, Luke. Your connection was a bit.
Yeah, my internet doesn't seem to be doing great tonight. We'll see how we go.
Okay.
Maybe I just need to give it a moment so it loads. But either way, I know what the map looks like. So
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't have high sight on Alan currently, do I?
You don't know what he did in the space between you killing Crestfall and you leaving his line of sight. I think that's what Duke's trying to say. There was an action taken in between.
Probably several.
Yeah, probably several where Alan was just going, I'm going to ...
Okay. Still trying to stay alert and everything, so Luck is going to move to this pillar and kind of hide behind it. Try to see if she can see something. She can get a grab on what the fuck is going on.
So I'm trying to reload the map because it isn't loading for me. It just keeps going dark.
Are you still on the bottom level?
I'm at the beginning of the stairs, yes.
Okay.
And angled myself so the pillar is kind of hiding me.
I think you would see the body of Misk from there, wouldn't you?
No, that's a 50-foot stairwell.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Cool. I haven't got the map up.
Well, I'll see.
Why, hello.
If it loads, it loads. It's not. Right, so. Luck. What are you doing?
Yeah.
They're
So-
trying to look around and see what's happening.
Yeah. Do I hear anything? Do I see?
Do you make your way up the stairs, or are you staying at the bottom of the stairs? Sorry.
For now, I'm just staying at the bottom of the stairs. Kind
So
of
you
trying.
have Corbin's body sprawled out at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. Sure, let's loot the body.
Okay.
See
You make
what
your
I
way
can
over
get.
to Corbin's body. Make me an investigation check.
Okay. Oh, 18.
18. Okay. You rustle your way through the deep pockets and leather armors of Corbin Crestfall. There is a large scimitar at his feet, and there are several daggers, almost like a bandolier of daggers. You reach into his inside chest pocket, past the scorched and burnt beard, which is still smouldering. And you feel something metallic in his inner chest pocket.
Okay. I'm going to take it. Oh.
I seem to be glitching a fair bit. That's fine.
Yeah, it's
no,
fine.
it's okay. Yeah. So you reach in, you pull it out, and you see a medallion about that big in the shape of a crescent moon.
Okay. Pocket it. Is there anything on him that can allow me to heal a tiny bit, like herbs, potion, anything?
Does he have healing items, please?
Does not have any healing items on him.
I think if he had them, he probably wouldn't have used them.
Possibly, yes.
You find one empty bottle.
Unfortunately, Corbin does not have any healing potions of any sort on him.
It's Alan. He's got them all.
Stingy fecker.
Right. I'm going to align myself again behind a pillar and go up the stairs slowly. Just enough so when I reach, I'm right behind the pillar. I peer again at the room, trying to see something, anything.
Okay, so you make your way up. And Alan is nowhere to be seen from where you are. The tents are still burning. The fire at this point no longer seems to be spreading. As much wood that is on fire from these tents is on fire. This top, just draw it here. So along here, the wooden trellis along the top here, that links to the top of these towers, along the top of the wall. This all seems to be burning around the top of this tent. This is burning quite badly, and this tent here is also burning quite badly. But it doesn't seem to be going any further inward. It just seems to be burning any of the wood along the main wall structures and the towers.
Okay, I'm going to move up the stairs here. Still
Okay.
trying to be vigilant, still not
Yeah.
trusting.
With your passive perception, I tell you what, make me a perception check.
Oh God, why?
It's much better
D&D
when
is supposed to
nice.
roll things.
14.
It looks clear. You see a lot of bodies. You see a lot of bodies around here.
How
You see
close
these
is she
dead
to
bodies,
me, DM?
and you see you're on
Far
the
away.
opposite side of this space at the moment. There is fire and stone and stairs in between you and her at the moment. But you do see Misk's unusual alien form to you, lying unconscious on the floor.
It's almost like he died doing this.
Yeah. I'm going to grab my sickle.
Yep.
And advance towards what she thought was Lena, but is some kind of creature. Like,
Definitely some kind of creature, that's for sure.
Some kind.
yeah. Still careful, still very aware of what's going on around her. Like, she goes to the bottom of the stairs and peer up. Like, is someone there? And if she sees nothing, she's going to try to continue towards the body. Do I see anything, Liam?
See nothing but fire and the ruins of this encampment. You see a small campfire in the center, some toppled over chairs and some empty beer mugs. You see a pile of planks which were used in construction. You see a table laid with a suckling pig. You see potatoes, some cabbages, obviously some kind of stock of food that they have over on the south wall. In the center appears to be some kind of workbench. It's laid out with tools. There's a large chest in the center. And there seems to be another large chest just to the left-hand side, the western side of the now burning tent, which is scarily close to the flames.
Yeah. She's going to approach Minsk or the creature because she doesn't know who you are. Going to point it, like poke it a bit with this sickle.
It starts to smoke.
Yeah. The moment sickle touches Misk,
I can imagine he wakes up now.
The fur on the edges of the arms and on the chest starts to burn, like you're taking a branding iron and you've pressed it against their skin.
She's going to back away from, like.
What
Okay.
happens if you burn an unconscious person? Do they wake up?
I'm not going to make you take damage.
No, I can just imagine just going, fuck.
And
do
you start
you?
taking death saving throw.
No.
Okay.
Do you have? Does Mince have a cape of some sort?
They're wearing what Misk was wearing to pretend to be the other guard. It's just tattered because they're now bigger.
Wearing
the outfit before, it just doesn't fit anymore.
they have
so it's
a
all
cape,
just
Ian?
split.
They have a cape. There would be some kind of cloak, yes.
Okay. Luck is going to cover Minsk with the cloak, like hiding the whole feature and everything. Like, stay there.
Deal with that later.
Yeah.
Yep. Unconscious, but with your passive perception, breathing.
She's going to go near this body and covers him up with the cloak so they have some decency, and make her way to the chest and get it away a bit from the fire.
This chest is very, very heavy.
Okay.
It's
Can
a
I
large
open it?
chest. This one's incredibly heavy, and it does seem to have a padlock on the front of it.
Okay.
And the flames are licking at the edge of it. And you feel the heat burning against your skin just standing here. It's uncomfortable being this close. It's like getting too close to a bonfire, and you start to feel that searing heat on your face, and you're like, oof.
Okay. I'm going to grab some loose stone that are like here and try to barricade.
Repeat
some.
yourself. Sorry, my internet's being pretty naff. I don't know what it was doing there.
Okay. Just picking up rocks and trying to build some kind of barrier so the fire doesn't touch the chest as much as it would.
Okay, so you're trying to kind of it and the chest. It's with the size of the flames, when there's a forest fire, even when they dig these large trenches to stop it spreading across the ground, the flames lick so high and sparks and embers fly through the air and in the wind that the danger with things like that is that the fire can even travel over. It doesn't need the ground to spread, go over. To build something of stature that would protect the chest from these flames, you don't feel like you would have the time to do so. So what I would say is you can either make me an athletics check to try and to a safe distance, or leave it. It's up to you. But trying to block it from the flames doesn't seem like it would be very practical.
Yeah, so more like letting the fire consume one side and catch what's inside a bit later.
Then you'd have to wait for the... Yeah, but then you risk maybe what's inside being damaged, or you risk losing it entirely. You don't know at this point.
I do have prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Just no fire.
No, because that's the thing. If I snuff out a light, it's a candle, a torch, or a small campfire. It's a bit too big, wouldn't it?
You'd need something like control flames to try and douse this down a bit, but it's still quite a large fire even for that, I would say.
No, because that I thought of something because the guard fell on the tent.
Yep.
So it's you know what?
These aren't large like little TP tents. These are big like war tents that have been put up inside.
Yeah.
So somebody's crashed down it, but the poles and everything and the main structure is still holding it up, but now it's all just in a flame. It's like trying to look into the center of a bonfire. It's pretty difficult.
Is it called a billet tent? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, I can't remember the exact.
There is a word, isn't
They're
there?
quite large.
Do you think that if I break one of the support, I could make it full so it's far away from the chest? Like it still burns, but it pushes the fire a bit more away.
Fire's not like a liquid. It will spread indiscriminately.
I know.
It's not like you can make it flow one way. It will burn whatever it can burn.
I know, but it will blow
By
as
giving
long
it
as
more
there's
fuel in one direction, it won't stop.
I think what she's saying is if she moves like the source of the fire, the fuel for it, and shifts it slightly into the tent,
Yeah.
would it like burn away from the?
She's trying to make several small bonfires rather than it spreading outwards.
Yeah.
I think she's just trying to push some of the tent into the
So
tent area.
essentially try and spread it further apart.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand it in, see if you can do it without getting burnt.
Take one hit point damage.
I'm not going to risk to get myself burned.
Yeah, TPK because he wanted to get
TPK
it to
gives them a splinter.
How would you do this?
I'm going to ask you though, how hard the support maintained? Because the idea that I have is like, if the support falls inward, so in the fire,
Yeah.
basically it's like making a wall.
Most of the supports of the tent on the inside have already collapsed from the fire itself. If you're considering the wooden trellis work above that had been built to create a walkway on the wall between the towers, that has started to catch flames. You've got beams that are going up along the wall. You could probably destabilize one of them so the trellis work above it would completely collapse down. That is starting to catch alight. It is on fire, but it hasn't collapsed yet. If you manage to get that to collapse, you might buy yourself some more time because it's more fuel that has to light. It's a new fresh log on the fire. It takes a while for it to catch.
And
so
it
if you
might
could
choke it. Yeah.
break that support and cause that, you could choke it in some kind of way. Yeah, buying yourself a little bit more time for this chest.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I have a dagger, I have a sickle, so well, 2 daggers. So no, I'm not going to do like you.
A dagger to a tent support or to a beam support.
Dagger to a beam would kind of, you'd be hacking away at it, not just.
I'm not going to hurl a fireball at it.
Why not?
Could always use Corbyn's old
Scimitar
thing.
Still, it's not a weapon designed for chopping wood.
Didn't you say there was a table full of tools somewhere?
There is indeed.
Like literally, there's probably the right tool for the job.
Yeah.
Go get a woodsman's axe. It's probably right over there.
That's what we're talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there something on the table that I can use?
There is an assortment of saws, hammers, axes, nails, all sorts of different tools here.
Everything but an axe. Would you believe it?
Look, I'm going to take the saw because I don't think the flame is hot enough to completely melt it. Make it hot, but not melt it. You would need some pretty hefty flame for that.
Yep, sure. So you take this saw to this pillar, and you cut away at it as much as you can. I won't make you do a check. You've got some time to get into the side of it, and you start to weaken the support of this beam to the point where you feel like it wouldn't take much for it to collapse. Do you want to get some distance, or do you want to do that right there and then?
I'm going to keep myself a bit of a distance because
Okay.
I'm trying to be careful here.
And what are you going to do to give it to that final kind of nudge?
On the top, because that's one of the most safest parts. I am going to use a firebolt to
kind of just give it a nudge. Okay, fantastic. So you get out with the saw, take some distance, you launch a fireball. Easily enough done. This beam suddenly just cracks from underneath, from the weight above it, and you've taken out most of the support, and it collapses down and across the tent. And then quickly afterwards, the trellis work starts to collapse like and lands up on top of all the tent work, and some of those bodies get absolutely like bludgeoned and buried beneath planks of wood as well. And the fire is choked a little bit. It's quelled, but it is still not going to take long until it starts burning up again.
You
So
say
bought
it's
yourself some
small
time.
enough so I can snuff it out?
No. This is raging bonfire. You've just
Okay.
thrown a load of wood on it. It's no.
Okay. I'm going to get the chest away from the flame now.
Okay, make me an athletics check to try and pull this thing away.
Oh god.
It's heavy.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it's not so bad. It's an 11.
Okay. You probably managed to pull it a few feet. Takes you a moment, but you probably get it about 5 feet away.
Yeah.
Don't manage to drag it much of a distance, but you manage to get to it about to where this barrel is here.
Is this barrel full of?
So you go down to the side of it. There's a tap on it. You turn the tap. Water.
Ah. Ah. I wonder why I didn't do that. No, I know why. Because adding water to a bonfire actually doesn't solve the problem.
No.
No, it doesn't.
Just makes
Not of a fire of this size at this point. You
Yeah.
need a lot of water, probably more than that's in this barrel to quell such a fire.
Yeah.
But again, it might buy you time, but it won't put it out. Anyway.
I'm going to search this body though, if I can find a key or anything.
Okay, make me an investigation check.
21.
Okay, you rummage through the pockets of this particular guard, and you do not find any keys.
Okay, what do I find?
You just find a little bit of loose change. You find a couple of silver, a few pieces of copper. You find what appears to be like a rusty old, like brass copper. You're not quite sure of the metal. A little locket, and inside it has one of those etched profile pictures of an older woman.
Okay. Is this section still blazing?
Yes.
Oh god. Okay. I'm going to go because it's safe now. I'm going to try to open this chest here.
Okay, this chest is unlocked.
Hmm.
So you open up this chest inside here.
Hmm.
You find literally a pile of folded Silver Fern guard cloaks. And you find a smaller box.
Hmm.
And in this box, you see multiple vials.
Okay. What
Are they
kind of
red in
vials?
colour?
So looking at the vials from this particular angle. You lift them up and in the smoke and in the light, and there's a varying collection of different liquids. Make me. Are you proficient in any kind of tools?
Tools.
No. Are you
Tools,
proficient in any
no.
kind of poisonous kit, herbalist kit?
Nah.
No, nothing like that. Make
Proficient in
me
Arcana.
make me either make me an Arcana, a Nature, or a Survival check.
Well, Arcana and Survival are the same thing, so. Sure, let's go with Arcana. Oh, for fuck's sake. 8.
Can't quite discern the nature of these liquids. There's, yeah, there. 3 of them are a kind of a lighter color. They're not quite like water. They've got a lot of pearlescence to them. Like, there's a viscosity. 2 of them are completely black, and 1 of them is a tinge of green.
Drink the forbidden fruit juice.
No! Okay. I'm going to leave them here for now. And I'm going to make my way to this tent here. And I'm going to peer, still very careful of if there is anything inside.
You look inside that tent, you see several bedrolls, you see another desk, and you see some chains.
Chains?
And some manacles.
Okay.
This is the kink tent.
I think this is where they put the wizard.
Yeah, but where's the wizard?
You had to go there.
I'm going to enter here, like trying to find something to see if she can get anything.
There really isn't a lot in this tent. It does look like it was set up to potentially keep people prisoner in here. Their chains are connected to the poles of the infrastructure of this tent.
She's traumatized. Give her
bed
loot.
rolls. It's not like a bed. They are bed rolls. Like it's there just for somebody to lie on the floor. And there does seem to be a desk but the desk has nothing there. It's just a wooden desk with an empty chair. This is very basic. There's not much in here.
Going back to the chest down here.
Yep.
I'm not very good at this, but I'm going to try anyway.
Back when you were at the tent.
Hmm?
Back when you were at the tent, on your way out, with your passive perception being high enough, you would have seen at the edge of the burning blaze a body. The body of Nezum.
Okay. Is it catching fire?
It is scorched, it is singed. You see the fur almost naked in certain patches where the flames have caught.
And a couple of arrows.
You see scars. And you see short, shallow breaths as the chest rises and falls.
I'm going to slowly drag it away from the fire about here. And I will still try to see if I can...
So you feel yourself being dragged across the harsh cobblestones.
I try to open my eyes.
You see nothing. It is dark. There is no light.
I try and utter a word through my parched lips.
Hello.
Do I hear it? Or is it...
You hear it. Oh,
Hi,
gosh,
Nezum.
that is being rubbish.
Ah,
You,
look, it is you.
you are in quite a state.
Ah, mm. I don't see you. Look,
I'm here.
I, s- I see a blackness. Dark. So dark. Like when before. Just
Before.
like when before. Before I was Nezum. When I was not this. When I was not knowing.
You feel cold, as if you're being slowly submerged into an icy pool of water. And the coldness, it's like you've been dropped on in like a plunge pool, but it's like you've slowly been submerged and you feel the cold just creeping up and through
My
your body.
breath quickens in that kind of panic state. And you see his tiny little rat chest going up and down, the stomach in and out. And
Mice and rats naturally,
yeah.
when you look at smaller creatures, their chests do rise and they breathe and a lot quicker. Their heart rates are a lot faster. And this is even faster than that. This is faster even for his natural physiology as a person.
I feel like I will be in the Everdark soon. Look,
I'm here.
I was where it asked me to be. Everything is as it should be, right? Everything is exactly as it should be for Nezum.
Are
Yes,
you cold?
it's cold, but I welcome it. I am not afraid.
She's going to use
Prestidigitation.
Thank you. One day I'm going to be able to do it. I use it to... I can warm material with it, so I'd like to give him some kind of comfort, like warm up his clothing, like he's in a warm embrace.
Yeah, I kind of feel it, but it's like a surface level. The inside of me still remains this
Yeah.
this pallid, sinking feeling.
Look,
Mm.
will you do one thing for Nezum
Yes.
before Nezum is no more Nezum?
Sure.
The forest caused Nezum here. I did not have Leaflet to come join. I lied.
I kind of figured.
But the forest, it told me, come. The forest spoke to Nezum, calling the melody. It still calls to Nezum.
Your
Even in
chest
the
begins to tighten and your words are harder to
even in the cold depths. Please, look, before I have no breath left, take me quickly to the edge of the forest. Take me to the trees. Me to the roots.
Nezum. I'll try.
Thanks. Thanking you. Look,
Do you reckon, DM, that I could open the door and carry Nezum to one of the closest tree? It's going to take some time, that's the thing.
It would take some time. You're perfectly capable of carrying Nezum. He is not heavy.
Yeah.
You'd be able to open the gate. No fire has caught this side of the towers. You'd find the time to open the gate, and you pick up Nezum, his body trembling.
What's Celia's passive? High, isn't it?
22.
Okay, you would notice his body trembling, but something else trembling out of sequence to his body shakes. His left foot. His cloak's always been very long, and you've seen like he's got the claws in most places, like rat paws, and you see one rat paw where his foot is on his right hand side, but the left is like a bound, wrapped round leather bandage, round and round and round and round, and that's kind of like spasming almost.
I'm going to lay him down at the trees first. Let's do it.
As soon as I feel that upon my back, and like I can feel the shade from the morning glare that's kind of rising over the trees across the clearing, and I could just feel on my eyelids that kind of filtering of the morning light dancing across the insides of my eyelids, and I can tell that the canopy is above me. I kind of start relaxing, and I just dig my fingers into the soft peat at the roots of these trees.
Yeah, the forest. Thank you, Luck. It's where I should be. It's where I always should be. It's where such a sweet song.
And his chest slowly stops rising. Just he's still. Apart from the foot.
Melody that Nezum has always heard. Silence. Since the first time you left. Silence. Luck. Those quick, short pants. Finish. And there's no slow exhale, it is sudden and ceases. And you see that bound leather foot, at least what was a foot, twitching.
If I can do something before that, like one Nezum is still talking about music and everything. Locke is going to do some humming. Like it's like a lullaby when you have to go to sleep.
Yep.
And until you stop twitching, she's going to continue. Lulling him to a forever sleep.
Yep.
And then she's going to lay her eyes on the leather bound thing.
It's convulsing in erratic movements, this bound straps of leather.
Is it like it's trying to get out?
Don't know. What do you do?
She's not going to touch it. she's going to leave Nezum near the trees and go back inside.
As you hunt Nezum, and you kind of wrap what little of his body in what rags and cloaks he has, that's all tattered and scorched and half burnt, and you cover the seared parts of his face and see the scars around his eyes and the tattered ears and chunks out of the tail and this constant twitching leather-bound prosthetic. Roots ever so slowly start pushing their way up from the soil, start clasping around the sides of his body and start enveloping around him. The leather-bound foot, for better a word, is thrashing around at this point violently. As the roots start spreading and start almost pulling Nezum into the ground.
Okay. She's going to make... She still has a sickle, so she's just going to slightly cut the leather. Just a tiny cut.
You cut the leather but a margin, and a thumb, a petrified thumb with an elongated nail, green and brown flesh, sticks out from this leather strap and is flailing around viciously, and it starts scratching at the leather itself until another finger pops out from around one of the straps, and they try and claw their way out of this leather binding.
She's not going to help it, just letting the roots taking it.
As the roots slowly envelop, more and more fingers start to wrestle their way out of the leather. That small incision has helped it start to make its way to freedom.
It's a crawling hen, isn't it?
And this petrified hand that was bound to the stump of Nezum's leg, where they once had a foot, is prizing itself free before the roots start to pull it down in his body into the soil.
Does it take the thing with it?
It's breaking free.
I'm going to take a few steps back, and that's the only thing I can do, really. Just a firebolt.
Okay, you launch a firebolt at this hand. Roll to attack, please.
23.
23 hits. Roll me damage.
10.
10.
Mm.
A fireball impacts the bottom of his leg. The roots break free a little bit. You see this leg kind of fling a little bit as you launched a fireball at the bottom of Nezum's body. The roots quickly re-grasp on, start to lashing at Nezum's body and pulling it once again into the ground. But the fireball releases this petrified hand from its leather straps. The hand flies off, released from Nezum's body, and hits against the bark at the base of a tree and hits the ground face up, almost like a dead spider. And then you hear and then it gets back up, and it's now pouring its way across the soil.
I am.
And this petrified hand is free and roaming as Nezum's body is eventually enveloped into the soil as thick tree roots now cover where the area where Nezum's body sinks into the ground. And his petrified hand starts making its way towards you.
Nope, nope. Is it fast?
Not particularly fast.
Okay.
It's a hand. It doesn't have the gait of, I don't know, a person with legs.
Okay.
But it's fast for a hand.
Mm.
It's been attached to a leg for a very long time. It's gotten used to the movement of running and walking.
Yeah. I'm going to go back to the fortress.
The hand follows you.
Yeah. And I'm
You
going
just
to.
hear, like, you move at a faster pace than this thing can, but it's never more than maybe 20 feet behind you. It's just.
Can I? Where is my? Can I guide it towards? So it bumps into Corbin's body.
Yeah, it just kind of hits the side of Corbin's body and just crawls over it. Gets its one finger caught in his beard, and it's just like. It starts to kind of just like pull itself up the stairs.
He just goes like that. 1, 2, 3, jump.
It's like it tries to clasp fingers over the top and then pull itself up, and it's like.
I can just
So
imagine
it
it going
takes
1,
a fair
2,
while to
3.
make its way up the stairs. But it continues to follow you, this hand.
Okay. At this point, I'm just going to guide it towards the fire.
Okay.
Come on.
No,
I want a pet thing.
that thing is not touching me.
Doesn't have to touch you. Just can be friends.
No. Do you want me to guide it to your body?
Carry on. I'll be an undead fairy. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, guide it to the fire. See how it.
It just kind of follows you. Not so much like
Does it follow my footsteps or does it follow my direction?
following you.
Why is it following me?
You freed it and made friends.
No! I don't want it.
Doesn't matter what you want.
It's plot. Continue.
It's following you.
So it's following. Okay, it's following me. I'm going to guide it to Minsk. Like,
Misk. It's fine.
see if
And
it
kind of
reacts.
It's following. It's just following.
So it's not.
These.
It's following me specifically, not going to an alive body or anything.
I mean, you're the only conscious being here. It sees that Misk is. Well, it can't see. It's a hand. It doesn't have eyeballs, and it kind of goes along Misk's body and kind of sits on his chest and sees feels the rise and fall. It kind of sits on top of Misk, like just kind of like moving around expectantly, if a hand can. It starts just
Wake
it
up.
sits there,
We've got
just
shit
it
to do.
leans back on its wrist and it just starts doing this.
It's like when you leave a computer game character too long. Yeah.
Okay, I'm.
On top of Misk's chest.
Yeah.
Just wake up.
While it does that,
Wake up.
I'm slowly going to make my way towards Knick-Knack.
It's just going. Wake up.
Yeah, you go over to Knick Knack. Knick Knack is looking worse for wear, and
And
breathing.
before we go on to this
breathing.
next scene, guys, I'm going to dip. All right.
Okay.
So I
Bye.
will leave you
Nice to
guys
see
to
you.
play. Yeah, it's grand to
Hey.
see you all. I will be back playing with you fully in a couple of weeks, I think. All right. So yeah, I'll leave it to you. I will leave. I think it will still allow me to record. Or I might. Just in case it doesn't, I'm gonna
Mute yourself.
I'm gonna mute and leave it running and leave it in the corner, kind of running in the corner of the house. All right.
Yeah. If I when I end the session later, it should just end everything.
Can you call up the AI summary thing?
I think I can from the chat, or if someone could copy and paste it before we
Yeah,
finish.
because like you have to have permissions to summon it, don't you?
Yeah, I can see it. That's right. I've got all the permissions, so we're good. See you, Pete.
Bye.
So,
Yeah.
you go over to Knick Knack.
I'm going to
Knick
try
Knack
to
is
wake him up.
breathing. There is a wheeze to his breath.
I'm going to try to wake him up.
Make me a medicine check.
Ah, ha, ha.
You've had all the fun checks tonight, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh fuck. 7.
Just show you something real quick.
What is that? Oh, baby.
If he fits, he sits. Right. Just curled
What
up
do you think
on
she's
top of my
doing?
dressing room.
Plotting like all
What
cats.
was the result? Sorry,
7.
7.
You need to go and feed me to the forest too.
No.
You feel the breath, you feel the pulse. They're alive, but you don't know how to revive them. You don't know how to bring them back to consciousness. Can Misk and Knick Knack please roll me some d4s, please?
Why?
That's how long until we wake up.
Hmm.
I wake up before Misk.
3.
Okay.
You got a 3?
Subtract 1 off of each of those. So Knick Knack, you will wake in 2 hours. Misk, you will wake in 3. Because it's probably taken Luck about an hour to do everything that she's been
Out
done.
of interest, Lynx is currently free at doing Lynx's own thing.
Lynx, you sent Lynx off with a message.
Yeah, no, but as soon as I hit the ground, Lynx gets control of Lynx.
Oh,
They become an NPC.
okay.
So
That's
now
good.
there's just a free and clear robot cat running around town that can do whatever they damn well wishes.
Let's
Interesting. Good to
keep
know.
that in mind for now.
Good.
I remember
to
it because
know.
Scraps is the same. If Ray dies, Scraps is just free to do whatever he damn well wishes.
Yeah, when I go unconscious, both Lynx and Pudgy become autonomous and they do their own thing.
I refer to it as the safety comes off.
Yeah. Right. In the meantime, she's going to try to search like all the guards that are visible and accessible pockets. See
Okay.
what she can find.
All in all, you probably collect about 10 gold's worth of change in various silver and copper. And eventually you find a key for the other chest.
Okay. I'm going to open it.
Okay. Inside the chest, bear with me while I go to my notes on this particular chest.
This is where I wake up in 2 hours and find that Luck's been sort of stabbed by a trap on the chest.
So for starters, you find a set of plate mail. And where has it gone? Trying to find it. There it is. I think I'd have these things prepared for now, but I don't. So you find a set of plate mail, and oh god, it's gone again. Is it never where I want it to be? Sorry, guys, bear with me. Come on, internet. There we go. So yes, so you find a case of bottles. So there is a plate, set of plate armor, and then you find a case of bottles. And these bottles, well, I say bottles, they're more like jars. And there's a very thick substance, which is bubbled inside. It's like a greeny blue, thick, kind of sludgy substance. And there's about 6 of these jars in a small box.
Can I try to decipher what they are?
Make me an Arcana check.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's not so bad. 17.
17. Okay. I am going to send you.
No.
Da, da, da. It's called now. I'm going to send you a card. Oh, I'll just. There we go. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me.
I'm still sleeping.
There we go. Fucking finally. Right. Okay. I'm just going to send you a message with this instead.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
There you go. So there are 6 jars of that.
Oh. Okay. I'm going to go back in the tent.
Yep.
And try to see if there is something on the ground that I might have missed. Preferably near the shackles.
No.
No.
No. You wander around, you push around, you kick around, you can't see anything, can't find anything. You didn't miss anything here, you're pretty confident in that.
Okay. Well, I would have liked to check what's here, but it's currently all on fire. So I'm gonna have to try to wave to the other guys, so trying to make people come here. But before that, I'm actually going to hide Min's covered body in the tent.
Okay, so you take Miss body into the tent.
Hiding it.
Okay.
And like seeing Pudgy is in quite a state, I'm going to try to keep as much small pieces that I can find together near Knick-Knack. Is the end still on Min's torso?
Yep, it's sitting there just going.
I like to think that the first thing that Mitz is going to see when it wakes up is just drumming hands going da 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 da.
Are you moving Knick-Knack's body as well, or are you just leaving Knick-Knack where they are?
No, I might actually. I haven't seen what's in this tent.
In which tent, sorry? This tent?
Yeah, the one I'm at.
Okay. You go into that tent and there are 3 bunks. So 3 bed bunks.
Nothing else?
Nothing else.
Okay.
It's a camp. It's like they've set up. So this is where 9 people would sleep.
Okay. I'm going to bring Knick-Knack and the rubble that is Pudgy
You
in the
collect
tent.
up all these bolts and bits of metal, and there are bits of metal like rock and stone and scrap here that you're not sure are even part of him to begin with, but you're bringing it all along anyway, just in case it was. You kind of like broom it all the way into the tent alongside Knick-Knack.
Okay, I have a thing. You ever watched the Inspector Gadget movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just I'm bringing it all. Imagine far more complicated on the inside.
Yeah. So I do that. I set
have a bonus
Knick-Knack
tick.
for a nap, like trying to make him as comfortable as he could be. And I'm for all the dead bodies that are available. So like this one, those 2 here, maybe the one that is on top of the tower, and I'm going to look around and see this one I take, I think. I'm going to basically put them all, align them like about here, like doing a line with all the bodies that I can get.
Okay.
Like,
Yep.
Yep.
Get guard H as well, yeah.
Yeah.
The one in between the tents over here is probably too hard to get to with all
Just
the
me.
going on at the moment.
Yeah. Nezum is outside, so yeah.
Nezum is gone, yeah, so we don't need to worry about Nezum.
I'm going to go up here and open the door a little more.
Okay, so you open the gate.
And I'm going to try to see if people are coming or not, because the message should have arrived by now.
Yeah, so you
If not, there's been smoke rising from over this for the last hour or two.
do we want for the purpose of this to take a long rest, or do we want to do short rest, or it's going to be a fair few hours until the others wake up? What would you like to do
Well,
during this time?
that's the thing.
So
That
during a long rest, you could have some time of light activity as well, where you could be watching, keeping watch. But at the same time, you also are feeling very unwell. Like you are beaten up. You are. It's taken you a lot to do what you have just done. You don't have a lot of energy left, and you are sitting there and can feel yourself at the top of this tower. Kind of as the sun rises, and you feel the warmth of the late summer sun kind of gazing down on you. At this point, you start to feel yourself drift.
I'm. Thing is, if I take a long rest, the others will only have a short rest. Yes.
What?
If you take a long rest, you
Others won't have one.
yes, they will.
They will.
Being unconscious classed as a long, yeah,
I mean, it's a different kind of sleep.
yeah, but it's sleep nonetheless. Hey,
Like
if
I
you
can
can go to
judge.
sleep with a broken leg and wake up in 8 hours later, and it's perfectly fine and it's working, great.
Cool. Does that mean I get to roll hit dice?
I'm. Well, if you're going to take a long rest while you're unconscious, you don't need to roll anything.
We're taking 8 hours. I'm asking you. You're the only conscious person
You're
here
the
at this
conscious
point.
one.
Are you going to leave the gate open? Are you going to leave the gate closed? Are you going to attempt a long rest here or not? Or are you just going to wait for them to come back round?
I'm going to take at first a short rest and wait for Knick-Knack to wake up.
So you take a short rest. Knick-Knack will still only have another
I'll have an hour after that.
hour.
Like I sleep, like I take a rest on top of the tower for 1 hour.
Okay.
And then no one wakes up.
Are you rolling hit dice?
For me, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Let's roll all of them. To be honest,
you could like sort of massively improve. You know, how many 1,000% improvement on your health is that going to be?
Make me a perception check while you're up here and you're scanning around.
perception. 22.
22. From this tower here, oh, well, let me get my ping up. From this tower up here in the northeast part, you see dangling down from the side what appears to be at the top, the beginning is of a rope ladder.
Okay, so Alan went away. Sure.
Lulling you into a false sense of security. He's here hiding somewhere.
Something Misk would do so bad.
Look, she's
Just
too
become
tired.
somebody.
She's too tired to deal with that. So she's going to wait for. She's going to rest, wait for Knick-Knack to come around, and have a small conversation with him.
Okay, another hour goes by. Knick-Knack, are you taking a full long rest or are you going to awake at this point?
I think because it was sort of I kept falling over in the middle of combat. I won't know quite how long it's been, but I think there's what's going on?
Yeah.
I need to check that bit.
I'm not in a. This is not. Yeah, this is not a place where I can continue to rest.
I can't just chill here.
Usual place.
I need to make sure.
You wake up in a tent, surrounded by scrap metal, laying in a bunk that is not yours.
I think I'm going to try and be a bit sneaky and sort of slide out of the bed and see if I can find out where I am. So I'm sort of, sneak out from under the covers. I'm not used to sleeping in a bed.
So you poke your head out outside.
Yeah, and sort of peer out the little crack in the tent.
You see rows of dead bodies. You see all the dead bodies of the guards that were slain in the fight, and the body of Corbin Crestfall all lined up on the gravel outside the tent.
Respectfully, though, like the clerk are covering the faces and everything. They are in death positions. She's tried to be as respectful as she could get.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and sneak out the other end of the
I'm on top, like. I think
You just stick your head out. That way's fucked. Turn around, go out the other way.
Could I say knick-knack?
Probably, because I don't think I can beat your ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
You hear the kind of
yeah, I got
the clanging of metal as he's climbed out of bed, and you hear metal rummaging around as he's walking between the bits of scrap, and it's just like
knick-knack.
I'm gonna sort of look up.
She looks like shit. She looks so tired.
Did we win?
Yeah.
Did you find an elf?
No.
Did we catch one?
There was shackles, but empty.
Did we keep one alive?
One escaped.
I don't think I can chase anyone at the moment. I hurt.
I'm hurt also, buddy. Just be aware that you might be one. You and I are possibly the only one alive.
What about Ellie and Nezum?
Nezum is... Well, he went back to the forest.
He left without getting paid and things.
He left for good.
Oh.
He has real low wisdom. I think you're gonna have to spell it out.
I wouldn't be smart enough.
he's gone to live on a farm.
Very smart. Very oblivious.
He's gone to live in the great farm in the sky.
No, Nick Nack has literally just heard he's wandered off into the forest to be in the forest.
Legit.
Look, Knick Knack, he's not going to come back.
They're not going to like that with the pie eating competition.
Nick,
Well-
make an insight check, please.
With my -1.
No!
0!
0. He rolled a 0.
Rolled a nat one.
I rolled a that one and I have
Oh,
a
God.
-1, so I got 0.
I think that's worse than a nat 1.
Yeah. You're annoyed. You're like, how dare he wander off after we've just had all this shit? Like, why has he gone on his own, like little prick? Like,
Blow us up. I bet he was just feeling bad about blowing us up. I feel bad when I blow people up.
Knick Knack is just.
I mean, at least that's character development. He feels bad when he blows people up.
Knick Knack.
I don't think Nezum felt bad when he blew people up.
I was on about Nick Nack.
Look, it's not that he is physically walk himself away. I had to walk him to the trees, and the trees took him.
Okay. And what about Ellie?
So it sounds to you at this point, Nick Nack, like
He's
luck took him
by
to
the
some
trees.
living trees, and there's some trees that are currently
Kidnapped Nezum.
going somewhere with Nezum.
Which is technically true. They did go somewhere. It just happened to be down.
Yeah.
So where did Ellie go? Did she go to the
Ellie-
forest too?
Ellie is resting. I think it's best if you leave her alone because she took quite the beating. She'll come
She's
back
unrecognizable, you could say.
Yeah.
She took quite a blow after you went down. If you don't mind, I would like to sleep.
Okay.
And I need someone to watch over the gate and see if people are coming.
Okay. Ah, is that what's got left of Pudgy?
I tried to gather everything I could.
Okay. You're gonna go and sleep in the tent.
Probably.
Okay.
Do you
Let
want
me get
me- Do you want me to help you get it outside so you can work on the tower?
if I'll bring Pudgy up here. Yeah, so I'll start ferrying chunks of Pudgy up here.
Helping, and as soon as you're done and the last piece of Pudgy is put on the tower, she's going to go to the bunks that you were in and just crash sleeping.
Okay. I've got some time. I've not seen Ellie. That tent's gone. That tent's gone. The supplies have gone.
The fires have started to burn
Down.
much lower.
Um,
The lowest cinder at this point now after these few hours.
I will go and set my alarm on the gate. So if anyone that isn't Nezum, me, Ellie or Luck, it will be an audible ping, screamy thing. And then I'm gonna sit and try and work out what's good for Pudgy, and start assembling, I am going to be completely absorbed and not really pay much attention to what's going on with the rest of the town.
Nothing new then.
Hey, at least he put alarm on. Yeah, if somebody shows up, at least he's gonna bling.
So,
Please ring for attention.
for the first half of this long rest, Knickknack's rebuilding. Pudgy, Luck goes and takes a well-earned kip. Misk, you come to. You awake. Iron shackles and chains hanging from the poles inside this tent as you lie in a bedroll, dangle from the ceiling above you.
He curses in Sylvan. The second he sees all the chains, like, fuck. Are my knives still where they used to be? Up the side of my sleeves. My knives. He goes and then checks them and goes, okay. I look through the slit in the front of the tent.
Peer through, you see an extinguished campfire.
Okay.
And you see the remnants of a burning pile of barrels and a tent.
I'm going to say thought process out loud because it's easier for the sake of story. It's like, okay, I'm not chained up. We're back where we were.
I'll be right back, guys.
Oh.
1 second, sorry.
Do I carry on? Wait then, I suppose.
Yeah. I might go get something to eat though.
Okay.
I want to nibble on something. Come on. Hey.
Well, Luke's going to come back and everyone else is going to have gone. Yes, I might go get another drink, so I'll be back as well.
Only found hard bread.
Pardon me?
I only found hard bread.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. I have good teeth. Yeah, it's that hard. It's so hard that you can make croutons with it. There you go. Nom 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 nom.
Yeah, you're not. Until you actually say Nezum is dead, he's gone to live in the forest.
Trees have taken Nezum.
Right, sorry guys. My
It's
girlfriend just
fine.
got back from work. She's been literally at work all day, so I just thought I'd exhale there. Right, I'm back. Where are we?
Carry on from where I left off.
Yes, so
I checked through the I checked through the front of the tent to effectively where the hell have I turned up. After realizing that I'm me.
Yep.
And in a place with stuff that burns me.
Yes.
And
You
I
see
realise
a little bit of like a burn on your arm and on your chest from where you've something at some point iron has come into contact with you. It's sore, it burns, it feels itchy.
Smells a little bit like burned hair because he's fuzzy.
A lot like burnt hair. Not as burnt as Nezum's, but burnt.
Okay. So I'm still in the guards. I don't appear to have been caught. There doesn't appear to be any guard watch. I would like to go back into the tent, get Ellie's outfit from my bag, and get changed into Ellie before I leave.
Yep. So you change into Ellie.
What, Matt?
It was just the phrasing. I'd like to get changed into Ellie.
Changelings!
Ellie suit.
like changing a set of clothes.
It's easier. It takes 6 seconds.
Things.
I can't get dressed in 6 seconds.
No, I'll wait for it.
It's quicker.
Don't roll your eyes. Yeah, like you can change in 6 seconds.
What? Did I? Me?
No, Leah's rolling her eyes like she can get changed in 6 seconds, like it's an achievable feat.
Yeah, because I do.
Not in 6 seconds. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Nobody can get changed in 6 seconds.
I can.
Might be able to take things off in 6 seconds, but you can't take things off and put other things on in 6 seconds.
Yeah, I can.
Plus,
I do
the
that
Ellie
every
suit's
morning.
got a corset.
Yeah, no.
That's gonna take. That's not. Suppose changes into Ellie and then Ellie's outfit, or do it the other way around. Put Ellie's outfit on and then just become to fit.
Anyway, you get changed. You are still absolutely knackered.
Yeah, but I don't appear to be safe yet. I'm gonna turn that off for a second because the Discord's pinging in my ears and it keeps distracting me.
Yeah, Beanie is being funny.
Yeah.
You make your way out.
While we were doing the battle, I was counting them off. Because I was counting the guards and counting them off. So the first thing I do after I am presentable, I come out the tent and I see the list of the rows of people.
Well,
and I count them off.
You see the burning husk of some kind of charred corpse on the burnt embers of a bonfire here.
So I go 1, 2, and I see the rows and I count them off. There's 1 missing.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can't make this one out, but you know I think you witnessed somebody falling into that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I was the one who shot them.
9. There is definitely 1 missing.
Okay. As somebody with a knack for faces, would I remember, as I count them off, would I remember at least a general description of the one that went missing?
Once again, some of these faces are unrecognisable after their
my apologies.
Their deaths. Roll me a history check.
My apologies if I'm asking too much.
No, you're not. You're not asking too much. Not at all.
Nah, I'm still concussed as shit. 4.
It all happened rather quickly. It's like walking amongst a crowd and trying to remember every face that you saw. It's difficult.
And no one
even
was
for you,
missing.
you're used to spectating and watching and studying people's faces and their emotions. It takes you, even for you, it takes a bit longer than that to
Expertise in
remember
perception.
every face that you saw as you walk into a room.
I mean, eventually, I have expertise in perception. I'm going to get there.
You might get there, and given a bit more time, you might have. But you were in a high-stress combat situation.
The way he usually does it is methodically, and then everything kicked off.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But there is definitely one missing.
Okay.
What do you do now? Are you going to go and rest?
Well, Misk's
Or-
voice in the back of his head goes, "No witnesses." Odds are he saw me. No, that cannot stand. To find this fucker. Luke, because Sleer's giving me the look. Would it make complete sense, given everything you know, that if he found out somebody is just out and free, knowing what he is, he'd at least find them?
You would have. Oh yeah, you'd want to track this person down, but at the same time, you would be of the mind as well that you are of rare folk. Not many people know what your kin are. Even if you told them, they'd be like, "What is one of those?" So even seeing your natural form and what happened, most people wouldn't even know what that was.
Yeah, but he saw the whole process.
Yeah, but
He
a
saw
changeling.
Ellie, then he saw
But they
Changeling.
wouldn't. Yeah, but they don't know what a changeling is.
True.
So they've just seen a creature that can turn into something else and wear another face.
My brain just goes, hopefully he just assumes I'm a
They
doppelganger.
don't know whether you can wear other faces. For all they know, it's just that one face that you've worn. But they didn't see Ellie. They saw what's his name now? I've forgotten.
Harry.
The guy who's dead in the woods.
Yeah,
The thing he killed.
Yeah,
Ellie's not blown, at least. Except for those two.
Maris.
Just the only two people who odds are know that I'm me is Luke and Nezum.
Why Nezum?
Because I'm assuming Nezum was around, and the back of Misk's brain goes, Nezum, Knick-Knack didn't see shit.
Nezum's body isn't where.
I ain't worried about Knick-Knack noticing nothing. I changed within 5 feet of that man. He didn't notice.
To be
fuck
honest,
all.
you say that, you didn't notice the undead hand on your chest.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the hand's gone.
Ah?
I said the hand. He woke up, and that's all that was around him. I didn't say there was a hand.
Okay.
Where the fuck is Dan?
You'll find out.
You left an unattended undead being. What did you expect?
Luck's
Shit's
asleep.
gonna occur.
She doesn't know where it is.
He's just going to wake up in the morning and it's going to be doing.
I walk out and I just look around and I assume I hear hammers or something of Knick-Knack going off on one.
You hear the ding, ding, ding,
Probably some swearing in Goblin.
I don't speak Goblin.
shit. Oh.
Knick-Knack?
Huh?
How are you?
I'm just fixing Pudgy.
Your vision is blurry at this point, like from staring at like really tiny screws and like looking at trying to figure out which things are the right sizes. Like you look at the moment, Pudgy looks very lopsided. Like some features are bigger than others.
I
almost like
honestly
looking
think
at
I'm
an
going to
painting.
robo Nezum him. Because Nezum wore a sort of a cover, so like we can still have a Nezum. Because he always had his like sort of cloak pulled up tight and things.
Okay, you're planning on turning Pudgy into a robotic Nezum that you can just stick Nezum's clothes on and then pretend he never left.
Yeah.
That's denial.
Sure.
Somebody isn't willing to do the first stages of grief.
I'm not even sure well, no. I'm upset.
He
my
doesn't even
friend
think
is
he's
gone.
dead. He just wants his friend
Yeah,
back.
I'm upset my friend is gone, so I'm making a friend for He's
The
having fun in
unconscious
the forest.
brain
I know.
is unable to grieve.
Just this moment of this is not how you make friends, Nick Nack. I just check on him. He's making a rat head, and I'm just like,
This is Nick Nack's life. He's never been able to make friends, so he makes friends.
I just see him holding and just making a rat head, and I'm just like, weirder shit's occurred in my life.
Are you feeling okay? Luck was worried about you and said you needed to rest.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure everyone was okay first.
Well, they're all dead. None of them have moved. I'm gonna look and just double check that none of them have moved.
No.
Make me a history check.
Where were they last?
History, you say? 21.
Yeah, they're exactly as they were laid out before. There doesn't
Yeah.
seem to have been any movement.
So yeah, so I'm just making sure that none of them moved, and no, none of them have moved. Nezuma's run off into the forest and making friends with trees. Well, not run off. Luck took him out to the forest, and then he left with the trees. So
I would like to make an insight check on Nick Nack.
Yeah, go for it.
Is he being fucking weird? In the back of his head exactly who knows who he is.
Make an insight check.
$12.
Nick Nack seems his usual oblivious self.
Do you know where Luck is?
she's having a snooze in the tent down there. She looks
Okay.
very tired.
I was standing right next to Luck when I went, so odds are she did.
She did what?
Head. I think out loud because it's easier than me just standing here silently for a little while.
Okay.
That was more. Never mind. I need to think of a good voice.
I love that. I absolutely love that. For Miss and for Jack, I absolutely love what just happened. Jack's outer monologue became a conversation between Nick Nack and Misk.
Because it's easier than just standing here and not saying thoughts.
Yeah, no, I get what you meant. But Nick Nack, I don't know whether Matt or Nick Nack did. Sorry, that was funny.
Look,
Misk.
Hmm?
Look, where have you gone to rest?
Come to see me.
oh yeah, you're next. There's one fucker missing, and there's one fucker who knows.
And Luck is on 1 hit point, and so are you.
She's
No,
not.
she's not on
No,
one.
she took a
Oh
long
no,
rest.
she took a short. Oh yeah, no, you
short
don't want
rest.
to pick a fight with Luck right now. She'd fuck you up again.
Yeah, but she's asleep and I'm a rogue. I could fucking do
it. Just like
Just. She bled out. Oh no.
Forget something.
you fell asleep.
Who
on a
put
sharp
you
bit
in
of
the
metal.
tent?
Also
Yeah.
remember her passive perception. It might.
I'm a rogue. Odds are I might be able to do it.
I want to see this. I want to see this. All right, roll me a stealth check as you go into the room.
Okay, I'm not actually going to
And
kill
then-
Luck
And then look,
before
yeah, I
anyone
know,
says
but
anything.
just for shits and giggles, roll me a stealth check going into the tent where Luck is. Hold on, where is Luck? Sorry, you're not even in a tent on my screen. You're on the top of the tower,
I think she's in the tent that I was in.
and you're on the tower. Okay,
Um,
so Luck, can you roll me a perception check at disadvantage, please?
Am
She's
I going
asleep.
to use my passive?
No, because you're asleep. You can't use your passive when you're asleep. It doesn't work that way.
Isn't that
I
what
would
passive is for?
argue that.
No.
I
No,
would
your
argue
passive is for
that.
when you're conscious, not for when you're unconscious.
Passive is literally what you notice in passing. If you're unconscious, you don't get a passive, and you're at disadvantage.
So the fact that I'm allowing you to roll this. Okay.
Okay. For you.
So an actual two.
No.
Right.
What? No.
You say that like it was a good roll, like you got 14 where she got 9. It was close. For a rogue, I was expecting you to roll like super high.
No, I'm a charisma dude. I just
Oh,
black.
true, yes, true.
I'm less of a sneaky guy. I'm more of a just, hello, I've got a plus 11. I
I'm
could talk
meant
my way
to
out of
be
fuck
here.
all.
Yeah, it's just, I'm not sneaking somewhere. I'm walking in with confidence, like I'm meant to be there, kind of guy.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Has anyone watched the TV show Leverage?
I know of it. I've not really.
Yeah. There's a girl in there who's basically the way Misk does things. And she's like, how come you don't know how to pick locks? And she goes, if I do my job well, they open the fucking door. That's why I don't know how to pick locks.
You make your way delicately into the tent, pushing away the curtain and making your way inside. And you see a 7-foot tall Asimar, deep asleep in one of these bunk beds, feet hanging out the bottom of it because the bunk beds aren't really made for 7-foot long.
Our size.
Asimar.
She's a plus size, yeah.
She's a big girl.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
What's up?
Is that a hand?
What?
Like a severed head hand near me.
Not that you can see.
What about that I could see? She's getting sleep. I don't know about the severed hand. I kind of want to make a friend.
What's your passive perception?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
14. How stealthy is a hand?
It's about
Exactly.
to
How
find
stealthy
out.
is a hand? Rolled a 9. And plus 2 to 11. Yeah. So on the bunk above, clasped onto the side, almost like it's hanging on the side of the bunk, looking down towards. I keep saying looking as if it has eyes, but like focused down
Perceiving.
towards Luck. You see a clasped, petrified, fleshy, severed hand clasped onto the side of this bunk, immobile, not moving. So you walk in and you just see a hand just on the side of a bed.
Just a dagger.
You're going to throw a dagger at it.
Yeah.
Okay, roll to attack,
Damage.
please.
What the fuck is that?
Roll to attack.
Just gonna make it a normal one. I roll a 1.
You killed
Yay.
Luck.
Luck, make it no.
Senior system was
roll for
lazy.
sneak attack. Yeah, roll sneak attack damage. No, you just this dagger just goes straight into the wood next to this hand. The hand does not move.
Do I wake up with that?
Make me a perception check with disadvantage.
Eh.
Really easier though.
Mm-hmm.
I did try and sneak attack a severed hand.
21.
21. And disadvantage.
Yeah.
Damn.
22 and
High
21.
perception.
You
Her
hear
perception is like my
as this-
charisma.
and your eyes just shoot open, and you sit up, and you sit up so fast you smack your head off the top of the bunk above you.
Ah. Mm.
You see Ellie's face giggle.
This hand launches off of the side of the bunk bed and jumps down onto Luck, and is like on her shoulder, like that, like just clasped onto her shoulder.
Look,
And just sits there and looks just like, like
you just see Ellie.
fingers, undead hands, bang, ow, like,
This is better than I thought it'd be, to be perfectly honest.
and then Ellie stood there right in front of you. Like, it's a lot in a very short period of time.
Like, she has prepared this shocking breath, so you have like fingers that just fizzle.
Tases the hand. Hello, look.
Ellie!
Hello.
Fuck's sake. You're good. You're fine. Can you get that thing off me?
I walk up and attempt to grab the hand. Oh, it doesn't want me to grab hold of it.
It's kind of just crawls from one shoulder of Lux to the other, like to the opposite side of you.
You've made a
Like, she's
friend.
making a face.
Okay, I attempt to grab the hand properly. Like I just physically can't do it. There's not even a roll for it.
It's
Legit.
sleight of hand. It's
Sorry, I took that at face value and then realised you said sleight of hand.
no, it's exactly. It has
17.
multiple meanings. 17. You reach forward for this hand, and it kind of like, it's a little bit hesitant at first, and then it kind of just like,
Yeah.
and reaches a couple of fingers forward,
Go on.
touches your hand, and then it kind of crawls up your hand. Like as you reach out to it, it kind of crawls up and comes up your arm onto your shoulder.
Just scratch it.
And you just see these two like fingers spasm as you scratch in between. It's just like,
Again, it's fucking. Ellie very rarely gets ruffled. She just. I think we need to talk.
Can it wait after I sleep? I am in no state to have a conversation, and I have a splitting headache. Nezum's dead, by the way.
Oh. Never mind.
Tried to break the news to Nick Nack, but I think he's a bit slow.
He's oblivious. He's not slow.
Is he now?
it's savage. Nism's dead. All right.
Again,
Nick
I'm
Nack's
not
a
being
bit
Ellie
slow.
right now. I didn't turn up with Ellie in mind. I turned up with Misk in mind. It's just, oh.
Why don't you just rest? Too, because you took a fucking beating.
That bastard stabbed me with a spear.
He did.
Also, what's that? And I point towards the one that I don't remember. I remember all the
That.
others. That is fuck knows.
That is apparently the prosthetic that Nezum used as a foot.
I'm referring to the burn mark on my arm. Some fucker touched me with iron while I was unconscious, and that's just fucking rude.
That might be me. So
Why?
sorry.
You know that shit burns.
I wanted to see if you were alive.
People breathe, darling.
Yeah, but I didn't know that at the time. You were lying unconscious on the ground.
Okay,
With...
okay. I find you with an undead hand and you don't know people breathe?
I know people breathe. I didn't know if in your case, and in Nezum's case, and in Knick-Knack's case, you guys were still
True.
alive.
I forget that you're snappy. Talk to you when you wake up. I just find a corner and curl up.
Why don't you use the bed? You're small enough for that.
Is there a spare?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 3 bunk
Barrack.
beds in this room that are all of 3 levels.
Onto one of the
You
bunk
could
beds.
sleep 9 in this tent. It's quite cramped, but there's space.
Oh, Ellie,
Yes.
can you hide the hand? The guards are going to come up. I don't want to spook them.
Do you speak English?
Common.
1 tap for one tap for yes, 2 taps for no. Or just no answer, I suppose.
What was it? 1 tap for yes, 2 taps for no.
Yeah. Huh. Speaks English. Yeah. People are going to be here. And I just take it off and hold it in my hand like people do spiders. People are going to be here. And they're probably not going to like you. So I suggest you, and I open my bag.
Hide. Please.
I'll let you back out.
I think it's claustrophobic because Nezum kind of tied them up in... Yeah.
What happened to Nezum? Oh, you
He's-
died.
Yeah.
I shake the hand like you do a normal person's hand. Nice to meet you. I suppose you're Nezum Jr.
Doesn't
No.
seem too impressed with that.
Doesn't even have
Is it a
a
left
name.
one or a right one? Because in which case it's lefty or righty.
Good question, actually. Hold on, let me double check my notes.
In every campaign, my character has a lefty and a righty.
It has to be.
I cannot give you that information right now. I would have to go through a lot of information. Bear with me.
Doesn't even have a name.
How about I call you Mr. Hand for now?
Yeah, that would be something.
1 second.
I think I have
You
a
seem
Ouija
weird.
board at
I've
home.
got to check.
Seem weirder. Things like winter. Mm.
Winter's not weird.
You've not met my winter.
You have a different kind of winter?
We need to have a conversation. Thought you were sleeping.
I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep.
It's just, are we talking now or are you sleeping? Thought you were sleeping.
She might be speaking while sleeping. That's the thing.
You don't actually have to go through so I can call it a stupid name. It's just Mr. Hand now, and eventually it'll be left hand or right hand.
That's the first name.
Yeah. Right now is Mr. Hand. I think he's looking at the law.
Okay, it isn't specified whether it's left or right. I'm going to say it's right.
Then his name is Mr. Right Hand. First name, last name. And I'm going to get him a little guard cloak. Tight round the wrist.
Okay.
I'm gonna sort of, once I've kind of had a little bit of time to put sort of Robo Nezum together, I'm actually going to realize that I haven't found Master and be like, oh, I should probably go and check. So I'm going to scurry around for the next hour or two, poking around in this wreckage of things, looking and seeing what's around, because I haven't actually looked and checked and searched this place at all.
I've taken all the gold, all the coins there
Yeah,
is.
yeah, I have no real interest in that at all. I'm looking for an elf.
Yep, you find absolutely nothing to do with Eleron. You can't find anything connected or associated. No notes, nothing.
Okay. I would it be arcana knowledge to know about Speak with Dead?
Yes. Or religion.
Well, I'm trained in arcana. I'm not trained in religion. Basically, I want to know if I know it's possible, because if so, I may do something while these two are asleep that they would probably object to if they're awake.
You've heard of such magics being done.
I don't know. Well, I got a 21 on arcana and a 7 on religion.
Yeah, I mean, arcana-wise, you would know it's been. It can be done.
You can animate things and have a chat with them and ask them questions and things like that.
Yeah, yeah, you're aware.
Okay. I would like to saw off Corbin's head and try and preserve it in some way, shape, or form.
Oh.
Oh my god, there's there's a righty and a salty.
We've already done this in another campaign, and now we're going to do it in this one.
But the best part is no one here can cast Speak with Dead. This is just for fun.
So you're going to cut off his head.
I'd like to cut off his head and try and come up with some sort of preservative, which may or may not just involve me sort of sinking it in my healing grease.
Okay. Your healing grease.
Yeah, it's the thing that he casts.
I feel like that would be more of an accelerant to the decomposition than a preservative.
To be honest, it's probably going to kill off any kind of bacteria.
It's also a good point.
So yeah, you cover his head. This
if it helps, I have
beard and black and grey greasy hair is like covered in this thick grease. The eyes are rolled back in the head. The jaw is slack.
Hang on, let Matt speak. He said something kind of funny.
If it helps, I have leather working, so you know.
He's gonna tan the head.
I just want it preserved so I can, find someone that might be able to
find someone who can have a chat with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do what? Make me a God. Can't believe I'm saying this. Make me a leatherworker's tools check to see if you can tan a head.
Are we saying it's int, dex, or whiz-based checks? Because I have lots, so I may have made up some dice rollers.
I would say that while the knowledge of tanning leather is known to you, tanning flesh upon a skull is different, and it isn't a case of challenging your skills at tanning leather. It's trying to figure out whether you can work out the means of how to do so to a skull.
Yeah.
So we're going to call this some of the things you have to fucking think of. We'll say this is an intelligence check.
15.
15. You feel like you are pretty confident in the steps to take onto
That's fine. I'm just
preserving this skull.
I will create a semi-preserved Corbin head.
About £6. Still counting weight.
I basically chucked most of my stuff on Pudgy, so Nezum's just going to get a bigger backpack. Although I think I am actually the strongest one in the party, including Robo Nezum.
Very swollen. There's a very small gobbo. Swole gobbo.
Do I come across any of the other stuff? Because I know you found like bottles of things and
Yes. So you come across.
what did you leave and what did you not leave?
Yes. So there was a crate of vials. Did you leave that where it was?
Not the one from the lock chest.
Yeah, but for the ones in the center chest,
I left those. Yeah.
you left those. Okay. Yes, you see a box of 6 vials, 3 of which are black, 2 of which are opalescent, and 1 of which is green.
I mean, me being curious, I'll probably have a sniff at all of them.
Okay, make me some Arcana, Survival, or did I say Nature checks? Yes, I did, didn't I?
Okay. So I will do Arcana because that's the one I actually have a chance of. 26 for the first one. How many do you want?
3 for the 3 different types of vials.
26, 19, and 12. It was literally on an 18, skidded across on an 18, and these went 5.
Okay, so the black ones are definitely some kind of thick machine oil
Cool.
used for greasing mechanics of some sort. It's not
Adds
oil
it to the
as
heated
it
grease
is.
pile.
It's a particular like oil grease for machinations, something that you would use for lubing the joints and cogs of clockwork machinery. The second one, which are the 2 opalescent looking ones, are, and I'm going to send you a little thing, little blurb. So yeah, that's what you get there. And the other 2, there's something familiar, but you're not quite sure.
And what color are they?
Oh, not the other 2, sorry. So there's 2 of the ones that I just sent you,
Yeah.
and then there's 1 green one,
One.
relatively green, but you're not sure what it is.
Okay.
It's
And
very familiar. What was your roll again?
12.
12. You dip your finger in it, and it burns.
Acid?
Acid.
Okay. And there was a suit of armor, I think.
Yes, there was no, that was in the other chest. That was in the locked chest. I don't know whether Leah left that one there, or the luck left it there. But there is a pile of 6 Silver Fern guard cloaks with the silver woven symbol on the cloaks in the chest with the vials.
Luck's not here to tell me off. I may have read a book about how to deal with organic metals from the jewelers. I had a read of his book.
Can't remember if you nicked it or not.
I think I did. I think I acquired it, but I definitely read it because it told me how you jewel craft and things with organic metals. Um, and I am jewel jewel crafting proficient.
Hmm.
Can I try and collect the silver of the Silver Fern guards cloaks? Can I try and sort of extract that?
You could, but it would take a while. It would definitely take a lot of time.
Yes.
This is an intricate job. You feel like you'd be able to do it, but you feel like you'd need the best part of a day
Okay.
I
to get the
do have
silver
a
off
a
long
of
better
the
term
way of
thing.
doing
majority of
it.
these cloaks.
Well, luck wouldn't let me play with the actual leaves, so this way I can get some of the metal and might be able to do stuff with it.
I know a knick-knack way of doing it. Set the
Set
fucker on
fire
fire.
to the cloak.
Yeah, silver doesn't burn.
Well, I don't know about organic silver, so I'm
True.
not going to use it. Um, okay, I will take notes of that. And then, yeah, I mean, I'm going to be getting sleepy, so I will probably curl up in sort of bits of semi-built robo the zoom up on the tower and probably just fall asleep eventually.
That was the most French thing I've ever seen.
What?
Right.
Baguette?
She's just taken a bite out of a baguette with no filling, no butter, nothing. Just a
What?
baguette. Had a
And
bright
it's a
bite out
burnt
of
baguette.
Hard
Just-
bread, okay?
just a bite out of a baguette. So French.
Been eating it since you left, and I've been trying my best not to take the mickey.
Okay, so we're all going to take a long rest.
Yay!
Hey, are the guards here when we wake up?
No,
Oh dear.
they are not.
So Link didn't make it then.
What have I
No.
got?
You're all awake.
Mhm.
It is much later in the day at this point. 8 hours on from about, let's say, 6 a.m. It's about 2, 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah. So I'll be up in the tower with a little Nezum with a guard cloak wrapped around him.
Luck, you awake. Misk, now Ellie, you also awake in bunk beds.
Oh,
What are we doing?
she's going to get up. Right.
Pillow
Looking
hits
if-
you.
Hmm?
Just a pillow hits you.
Oh!
Sneak attack with a pillow.
You all
Eddie.
feel very sore,
Mm.
but revitalized.
Do we talk now?
There are bruises, there are burns, but you feel refreshed and achy.
Eileen, do we really need to talk? Do you want to talk about it? Mute.
I
Couldn't hear you. Now I can.
Is there nothing to talk about? Somebody put me in the tent, and I kind of want to know who.
I did. Just so you
Okay.
were eaten away. in case people were to come in.
I don't say these nicely. And again, Ellie's voice isn't coming out of its face. Thank you.
Look, I don't fucking care what or who you are. As long as you help my town, I have no quarrel with you.
We're going to go about Corbin. From what I guess, it wouldn't be the best idea to tell the town their hero was a bastard.
They need to know. As harsh as the truth may be.
And again, I have a cousin who could make a good Corbin.
Right, we need to move. Get up.
True. And again,
Risk. A thought hits you. Maybe they don't have to know Corbin wasn't the hero they wanted him to be.
Muted?
You're gone again.
why?
Okay, it's maybe because your mic is too far away from your lips.
Okay. That's sort of what I was trying to insinuate with the he doesn't have to. They don't have to know. It's a
No.
Well,
He could return a hero.
Corbin could return a hero.
how so? Alone? They're going to come here.
We've been here for 10 hours now and they haven't showed up. I don't think they're coming.
I'll have a
Corbin.
word with Vela.
True. The offer stands.
Look,
Ellie
go
wasn't built to
outside,
last
see
forever.
what you can do, but don't let knick-knack saw you.
Hello, Nick Nack.
Oh, then do you want some breakfast?
Who cooked it? You?
Yeah.
I'll try. Did you cook it? Yeah.
Now, are we rolling for this, or is this going to be part of the snacks that you've made?
This will be breakfast. So because I will make the snacks, but I won't eat them yet because they last for a while.
So, are we going to roll for this?
Yeah, and you wanted it a wisdom-based proficiency.
-1.
No, it's +1 because I'm proficient.
Ah.
5.
The eggs look
I
like
sniff it. Will it kill me?
the fried eggs look like they might not have been the best of eggs before they were started being cooked, yet alone afterwards.
I have that moment where, you know, when kids just like move the food around a lot to like pretend they're eating it? I just put it back down again and I go back to look and go, do not eat one. Do not eat it.
I'm munching on.
I like to think Nick Nack has built up an immunity to his own cooking after so
Well,
many years.
I did when I took the chef thing. I did say it was sort of street urchin cooking, and
Yeah.
there was probably a
I do
degree
have
of
some things to
rat
add.
burger and
Battlesmith
Entrails and
artificers are
insects,
proficient in Constitution saving throws. It happens somehow.
all those fumes you get huffing when you're making all your contraptions.
I just think it's his cooking. Developed an immunity.
Yes.
Hearty Constitution.
So the day is quickly moving on, folks. What do we wish to do?
Do we
Luck
head
is
back?
trying to gather everyone to get back, yes.
I didn't find
Get
anything
with-
useful. I did find this armor and that grease and the acid and
I
the.
took the armor, the plate. I took
Oh,
it.
you took the armor. Okay. And the catsup potions.
The what potions?
Catsup.
What do they do?
It like you get all catty, so like you're very good at like balancing and stealth and sneaking and stuff like that.
May I have one?
By all means, take them all.
They're knickknacks.
If you do want them though, you also like, yeah, if you want them, here you go.
Do you want me to post? Should I share the information?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll pop it in the chat.
I hand him 2 gold.
Thank you.
There is the stats of those potions.
They're literally from cat whiskers. What a
They shed
fuck!
them. They shed them. It might not be a dead cat.
It's good though.
I know, they bloody are good.
So I'll read it for the camera. Made from whiskers of a cat venturer and brewed by themselves, the catsup is highly sought after by all kinds of adventurers, whether it is the sneaky kind aiming to further improve on profitable skills, or the clumsy one hoping to overcome the challenges of stealth and evasion that might lie ahead. When you drink this potion, you gain the feline curiosity and agility of a cat venturer for better or for worse. While under the potion's effect, you have advantage on dexterity stealth, dexterity sleight of hand, intelligence investigation, and wisdom perception checks, as well as on ability checks to climb. Further, you have disadvantage on saving throws against being charmed. In addition, if you fail a dexterity stealth or dexterity sleight of hand check, you have disadvantage on all saving throws for 1 minute. The potion's effect lasts for 3d4 hours.
Knick-knack
2
potentially
of these.
glossed slightly over the down shortcomings of it. It's cool, it does all this good stuff. Maybe some not so good stuff.
And then there's the one that Luck got, but I won't read that unless Luck wants me to.
What I will do is, because I can prepare my spells, I will prepare a detect magic and just scoot around and see if I can find any traces of Master Ileron or any of his stuff.
Okay. You pop up a detect magic. You have her wander around. There is no traces of any magic here.
Did Lynx ever find their way back here?
No.
Okay. And does the creepy hand thing show up under detect magic?
Where's the creepy end?
In my bag, if I remember right.
No,
it
it didn't
want to
went
go
in the bag.
bag. It's still on your shoulder. It didn't want to go on the bag.
Have I noticed the creepy hand?
Guess so.
This is Knick-Knack, so no, Knick-Knack has not noticed the creepy hand.
Extra
Oh
roll.
god.
Another 0.
There is an element of magic about the dead hand, yes.
That's probably what's going to draw Knick-Knack's attention, because I just didn't notice. It's probably because you're taller than me and I can't see on your shoulder.
Perhaps.
There's no magic. Well, you got magic on your shoulder, the handy thing.
Yeah, I found it with luck.
Okay.
Yeah, for some reason, like she reached out, like to try to, like this away, like from the shoulder of Eddie, trying to see if it will come on her arm or not. Like, if given the choice, he's going to come back to me or not.
Does anyone know any of the priesty types that can talk to dead people?
There's one in town, but I don't know if she talks to dead people.
I can
Well,
see.
Solaris, so
It's
I
going
doubt it.
to cost us something.
Okay. Well, they might be interested to know what's happened as well.
Can't remember the name of the priest.
Knick-knack,
Yeah.
where is his head?
Nezum's got it.
Beg your pardon?
Nezum's got it. And I'm going to point at Robo Nezum.
Um. So does the hand come back
I
to
thought
me?
you
if
said
I
he'd passed on.
He did.
What the fuck happened while we slept?
I have no idea. I'm not sure I want to find out.
Knick-knack, is this Nezum?
This is my friend. Because Pudgy went to like pieces, so
So you built a Nezum. Okay, sure, why not?
So does the hand come back on me if I approach and like give him something to push on?
Make a persuasion check.
I'm not going to persuade it. Like just trying to see.
Make a persuasion check.
What?
She's just checking to see if it prefers her. She's wondering if the curse has been changed.
Yeah, but make a persuasion check.
No, I'm good at those. I don't want to. Oh, thank God. That's a 9. Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? What?
It's all right. I rolled a natural 19. It's
Did you roll insight for the hand?
maybe. It launches itself off of Ellie. Like just literally, it's just like a face hugger alien. It just goes and launches and like clangs onto you, like, and then like if you could tell a temperament of a severed hand, it would. It's almost as if it was excited, and it's kind of just like.
Nope, nope. Stay on the shoulder.
Goes behind your neck, hiding in your hair.
What the fuck is that thing?
You can just feel fingers on the back of your head and back of your neck.
do you want a handy thing? Do you want a like lightning glove? They're very good.
What?
If we should put taser on the severed hand.
It might be hard to crank.
You're going to set this thing up with essentially like hand armor that can tase people.
I mean, I am kind of planning on putting a leather glove on it and maybe count as leather armor.
Well, because Knick-knack already has his.
It would be plate for this hand if you put like a gauntlet on it.
Knick-knack already has his lightning gauntlets.
Yeah,
His
but
lightning mitten things.
they're sort of just for you. Look, did you say you found a lot of plate mail?
Did.
Can I have a gauntlet?
I am not giving you a gauntlet to give it to this creature.
But imagine it'd punch people.
No.
But we could throw it at people and then we could shout rocket fist.
We are going back. Like you see her just grab a backpack and just go towards the door, like storming out.
We
Are we
can't
going
turn
back?
up to town with a severed hand.
Are we going back to town or are we going back to the Grove? Because we should have been watching that last night.
Down!
We're going back to town, I think. But also, like, what the fuck are we going to do with the hand? Look, you're technically in charge.
I'll hide it in my cloak.
It doesn't. It get okay.
Now you go behave. Or you're
Everyone is
going
head
back
to
to
toe,
to
conspicuous.
or you're going back to the roots.
Kind of just like
How
purchase.
heavy is a hand in a gauntlet?
What?
Does it fit in the under £10 weight category for catapult?
My eyes! Put rocket thrusters on it.
Yeah. She's starting to make her way back to town and like
What have I done?
yeah. She's trying to coax the end into at least hide like hanging on behind her back, like under her cloak.
I mean, the hands would literally like sit behind your neck, and your hair would cover it.
You get this little gentle massage to calm you down.
You just feel these undead clawed fingers on the back of your neck and head constantly.
Okay, on average, a hand weighs about a pound, and so does a gauntlet. So it'd weigh about 2 pounds.
So
My search history's fucked from playing with you guys.
I would love to see like search history of
And
like
what's the weight capacity of catapult?
£5 at level 1. So
£5 at level 1. So it could be catapult.
arguably,
No,
if the
mostly
hand
because
counts as a creature, it wouldn't.
I mean,
you could just cast it on the gauntlet. That's
No,
keeping
because
things
it's
in.
one object weighing 1 to £5 within range that isn't being worn.
Luke,
or
you're technically in
carried.
charge. Can we cast catapult on the gauntlet?
No!
I don't care what you say. You're not in charge.
Oh, and that's the other reason that
I thought I
can't
was.
be twin spelled.
part of me just wants to
Always
say
think you're in
yes
charge.
because it would just be really fun.
No! No!
If it's wearing the gauntlet, yes. If it's not wearing the gauntlet, no.
Je vais pas lui donner.
Yeah, I win.
It just
I
sounds
win
really
D&D.
fun.
I've got to talk in French.
Rule of cool. It was great. It's a great idea.
Not going to give it the gauntlet.
Like what capacity you would do that, I don't know, and what for, I've no idea. But why not?
Yeah, man. Just like next time we need to get a gauntlet up somewhere high, like a grappling hook. Don't bother with mage handness. We just give it the grappling hook and cast catapult. Tie it up when you get up there.
When you introduced it, my first thought
have you
was
ever
put it
tried
in a
tying a
glove.
knot with one hand? It's not easy.
No, but my thought was to just tie the rope to the hand and just use it as the
You
grappling
put it in
hook.
a glove and have it attached to the.
So then you're relying on the hand's athletics to be able to hold on while you climb up the rope.
But it can run around and do stuff.
True.
So it could run around and like tie knots and crawl through and wriggle through and stuff. It would just take time.
Could do if there was stuff.
But yes, I that was my first when you were introducing it. I'm like, oh, like sentient grappling hook.
It's a crawling claw.
Yes. As per. Oh, by the way, you said we can add stuff to extras. It's in my extras. His name's Mr. R Hand.
Right.
Mr. R Hand.
Luck is going back in town, like hiding the hand and going back.
So
I'm gonna look around for a red and blue flashing light somewhere in the sky.
are we setting off from Grovewatch?
I thought we were. I was just being a knob.
Okay. So
I couldn't think of a better way to put it.
you make your way back to the woods. As you get to the edge of the woods, Luck, you recognize a particular tree with a set of big twisted knots round at the base of it. as you continue to walk on past.
She's going to point it to Ellie, like, and mouth Nezum.
Okay.
And continue to walk on.
I wonder if the tree's
Actually-
been before.
Actually, before we do that, she's... No, I'm not going to do that now. Go back to the town.
Okay.
Buckaroo owes me 10 copper.
Fucker owes me 10 copper, really?
Be honest, when he was, I just bought one word. I was expecting cheese.
I mean, I think if any of us put cheese next to that tree, he will come back to life.
Probably.
Fuck a diamond.
Oh,
Just
no,
bring
like
some.
a skull claw just go.
Fuck a diamond. We
Yes.
need cheese.
Right, so we start making our way back. It's going to take, it will be past nightfall before you even start to make it close back to town.
Mm.
It's the best part of a day's travel.
I will
Start-
actively look for, see if I can find links because I'm not quite sure where they are.
You start trying to retrace your steps. Luck, you have a rough idea of the way back and forth. You knew how to get to Grove Watch. You have a rough idea of how to get back to the town. Can we make some survival checks here, please, to retrace our steps?
Sure.
Is that everyone, or are we just letting Luck do it because she's leading?
Whoever wants to.
Dirty 20.
30-20. Lovely. Anybody else?
No, I'm looking for a flying cat that flashes red and blue.
Okay, make me a perception check.
11.
11. You do not see a
crystalline cat flying around.
crystalline cat with the
I
flashing
will
lights.
shout out every so often just in case they hear me.
So you hear. 1 second, sorry, I'm trying to load something. It's not loading. I need to get better at having things prepared. As you're looking around, while you don't see links, you do see. There we go. You look up into the branches of the trees as you're passing, trying to look through the sky, through the canopy to see if you can see the flashing lights of Lynx. However, while staring through the branches, you see movement.
I will look closer.
You see flitting from shadow to shadow. Something of a green, yellowy, vibrant colour.
I mean, does it look like some sort of animal?
There seems to be some kind of creature following the party up above in the tree canopy.
I will try and subtly watch it while we're wandering along to see if I can get a better glimpse of it.
Do I notice it?
Yes,
Okay.
at this point you do, yeah. You start to hear noises.
Really?
It's just coming from all different directions, almost invading on your senses.
I'll hold up some grain.
It is ignored.
That's a bird. Cool.
There's lots of different noises that you don't even understand, like what kind of creatures. So there's gargling noises, high pitched, like cawing noises, like birds, growling noises, guttural noises. And they're just coming from the trees all around you. And you start to see flickering lights dashing in between from tree trunk to tree trunk.
Colour are said flickering lights.
Is these witch lights or is it something else? Because there's something from the Feywild I'm thinking of, but I don't think it is.
Make me a nature check with advantage, Misk.
11.
11. No, this is not something you've encountered before. Not to your memory, anyway.
Memories not giving me go back and forwards.
I know something about this kind of creature.
Make me a nature check.
Let's see. That's a nat 2022.
Congrats.
Look, you're following around, standing up at the canopy, looking around at the branches and the trunks of the trees. Knick Knack and Miss, there is this cacophony of sound. It is bellowing from all directions. It is an attack on your senses. It's hard to focus on where the source is or what's happening around you. Luck, you pinpoint on one particular tree trunk at the very top of the trunk where it splits out into the branches. At the base, you see two greeny blue turquoise eyes flash open, staring at you, and then two smaller ones open just above those, the same color, four eyes staring at you through the dark canopy of the trees.
All right, what do you want?
You are familiar
Hmm.
with tales of such a creature. They are known from the Fey wild.
Hmm.
Children like to call them a gummy nose. And as you watch and you stare, you see a feline face, a big red button nose with these four eyes, two large, two smaller, further up on the forehead, great big green, yellow fluorescent whiskers, and then almost like the body of like when a flying squirrel spreads itself out, and it's almost see-through. It's very opaque but translucent as it stretches out its long body. It doesn't have any hind legs. It just goes into a long wisping tail and then it has two long spindly front legs with long elongated paws,
Luke,
and it sits at the top of this tree. Yes.
I don't recognise it as the creature's name, but does it ring of home?
It does ring of home.
Do I know if it's friendly?
They've been known to be, and they've been known also not to be.
In Sylvan, Ellie stands up and goes, summer or winter? There's two
It
factions.
blinks, and you just hear, and this cacophony of noise kind of fades down a little bit, and you hear kind of a low purr. Look, a gummy nose is a kind of strange, fey, wild cat / flying squirrel. It's toothless, it's vibrant, it's relatively defenseless. I mean, it relies on illusions and magic to kind of disguise its presence. The gummy nose will occasionally bond with kind travelers, becoming a loyal companion. It's not really known why they form such companionship to known travelers and known wanderers. It doesn't seem to have any known predators.
Okay.
Nothing truly hunts it.
I'm
Hungry little one.
going to open my arms and invite it to, if it wants to, come closer.
It kind of blinks and the two top eyes close. But the large ones continue to blink. And you feel like as you reach out your hands tingle.
Do they glow?
No. And the tips of branches start to like light up like candles.
Don't have to be afraid of us.
And it kind of swoops to the next tree.
You hungry little one?
Misk, make me an insight check.
Seven. I rolled terribly.
Okay. You can't gauge the nature of this creature at the moment. You feel the blowing of wind past your ears. You feel these tips of these branches like flicker out and then reignite. It's like an almost little light show. There's a breeze amongst the trees that makes them sway. These noises start happening all again. You start hearing all these guttural creature noises, these bird-like sounds. You feel a chill breeze come past the back of your neck, but then you also feel like a warm breeze blow across your face.
Can I try to gauge their intentions? Because this is strange.
It is strange. Make me an insight check.
21.
21.
Did you give me the down low of this thing? Or am I still relatively low?
What?
I'm trying to figure out what section it's in, because most of them are split. Even the wild ones are weird. But blink dogs are summer.
Look, you feel like this thing is trying to suss you out. Work out what kind of people you are.
Do I know? Would I be able to know what do they eat?
No. You wouldn't.
But they don't have teeth.
No. Teethless. White gums.
I'm
White lips.
Yeah, I'm going to go in my pack, and from my ration, I'm going to have some fruits.
The
And I
eyes go from this bluey green colour and they change to this deep orange as you hold out the fruit.
do you want
And
it?
it swoops down towards your hand and grabs the fruit and swoops back up into the next tree.
Funny creatures.
Not of winter.
Like it's an unpleasant noise, and then it looks up and it's just like got juice and bits of fruit just dripping down from its face, and you just see the eyes change colour back to about it, like more to a green than the blue before.
She's going to get out another. Do you want it?
Comes back down for a second swoop.
Try one of these. And I'll pass you like a doughy cookie.
And you see the eyes turn a slight kind of grey.
They're good cookies.
No.
Swoops down, goes for the cookie.
It will get, I think it's 2 temporary hit points.
And a shower of vomit comes down out of the tree in your direction. Maybe a dexterity saving throws to avoid the vomit, please. There's a lot more of that coming out than went in, and it's thick and gloopy and oozy.
This is for me, for Nick, that getting out of the way, yeah?
For all of you.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, you're just covered in. It's not acidic. It's not harmful in any way. You just get this thick, gloopy, or green goop all over you.
That wasn't breakfast. That was chef treat cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, muted again. There you go.
You don't cook good, Knick-Knack. You kill things.
Yeah. She's
You
going to look.
kill things.
Yeah. She's going to look at the creature and say, I'm sorry. Try to tell you not to eat that. It's not good.
Sylvan, don't trust when Knick-Knack gives you food. It's poison most of the time.
And kind of just like looks at Knick-Knack and then back to Misk and just like
He doesn't think it's poison. He eats poison. I don't understand the little green thing in Sylvan.
Can you ask them if they want another fruit? I have just another in my pack.
Would you like something else? Oh, it speaks common too. Good.
There you go. Right.
You
Do
taking
you-
us somewhere?
What did
Are
you
you
say? Sorry?
taking us somewhere?
Just swoops back and forth.
Have you seen a little crystal cat flying around, flashing red and blue?
You wanna play, don't you?
Yes.
How about this? We're going to play catch with you. If you manage to follow us back to town.
Play tag.
Make a persuasion check.
Which one?
Me.
Okay.
You're both trying. Surely you get to both roll.
17.
17.
Fuck, 13. My luck today's been terrible.
It swoops.
I think I've rolled like above a 10.
It lands ahead
What
of
are you worried
you
about? I've rolled 2 zeros.
and perches upon a fallen tree, like about 20 feet in front of you. Lands on a fallen tree and just looking at you.
You want to play? Okay.
You know that thing when you want to play with the dog and you start running and then stop to like set it off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that.
Right. She's going to start running towards the town. Like, ready? Go.
It doesn't even take off. It goes and vanishes. And then about 20 feet further ahead, you see it go reappear on a branch. And the weight of the branch as it reappears on it kind of just dips down a bit. And then it soars off, giving itself an immediate 20-foot head start as it flits in front. Are we racing this thing back to town?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, right then. We're going to do a very loose initiative order here. Can everybody roll me initiative? Yes.
I'm a fairy. It's a fairy. And then she said play a game.
Okay.
I know.
Both of us have an impulse.
Yeah. I know how to speak fairy, apparently.
Do you speak Silver?
No.
It's not that you know how to speak fairy, it's that it understands common. And Silver.
No, but I mean, when I say I speak fairy, it's like...
You knew exactly what to say to make the fairy go,
yeah.
fuck yeah, friend.
These are the kind of creatures that have been spoken about in storybooks. Spoken about in storybooks.
Yeah.
Like the things that children get told about the Feywild.
The summer.
There's stuff that's safe to talk about without encouraging children to go out and seek Fey and then never be seen again. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm adding extra lore, but most of that shit's on the summer side.
Yeah. For the most part.
They're the nicer ones.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Right, so initiative. Let's go.
I got a 7.
7. So you get off the mark last. Not that it matters, because
6.
I can't remember what I rolled. It was higher than that. I got a 19.
okay. I'm going to roll and get
32.
7. So,
What was yours?
what was yours, Knick-Knack?
19.
Knick-Knack with 19. Luck, what was yours?
7.
6.
Can we roll again, please, Luck, between the two of us?
Oh, sure. 13 for me.
Okay, Luck, you're next. And then it's going to be the creature. And then it's going to be Risk. Right, so the creature has immediately given itself a 40-foot head start. As well, it's 60 feet actually. It's given itself a 60-foot head start because it got 20 feet ahead of you to give itself a head start. You agreed to a race. It then teleported another 20 feet and then jumped and soared another 20 feet. So, Nick, you're up.
I wasn't massively paying attention to when we challenged this thing to a race, so I think I'm probably not really going to do anything on the first round.
Okay.
Us two.
So
I
you just
challenge
stand
in a
there.
language he
You
doesn't even
stand-
speak.
So you literally just stand there. Is that what you're telling me? Brilliant. Love it. Committed to the character. Love it. Okay. Nick Nack doesn't do anything. He just stands there. Fantastic. Next up is Luck.
I'm going to dash.
You're going to dash. So you're going to run and you're going to sprint and you're going to dash and you're going to run 60 feet.
Mm.
Okay. In between you and it is a large fallen tree that it perched on 20 feet ahead of you. You've got to clear that tree. How would you like to go about this? If you're going in this direct 60-foot line, you've got to go over it, through it, under it, somehow.
I
Otherwise,
have
you're
a
running around
bonus
it, which is-
action. I have my bonus actions now.
Yep, yes, you do. You've got all your stuff back. What are you doing?
A misty step.
You're going to Misty Step 30 feet to clear the tree.
Yeah.
So you appear 10 foot in front of the tree. Okay.
You're moving 90 feet.
Past the tree. So you bonus action Misty Step. The tree's 20 feet in front of you. You appear 10 feet the other side of the tree.
Mhm.
Yep. And then you're what? Running?
Yeah.
And then dashing. So you're moving 90 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. You are now, you sprint past it. You are now 30 feet ahead.
I'd like to think I'm impressing the creature because like it can do tricks. I can too.
Yes.
It teleports and then
just
so do
like
you.
it teleported and then you've sprint. And you're just like, but you're taking these big, long, athletic strides and you as this like Amazonian ASMR, like you're thundering forward at such a speed for this slight feline squirrely creature that just glides. You're striding forward. Right, it is the gummy's turn. The gummy nose, and it is going to. First of all, it's going to see whether its shadow leap pre-charges, which it doesn't. It is going to attempt to launch itself forward, fly 25 feet, which it does, and it flies further 25 feet forward. It does not catch up with you. It's going to dash to try and catch up further, which it does. So it gets, it manages to travel 50 feet. So now it is at 110 feet, and you are at 90 feet. So it overtakes you by 20 feet. Isk. 90 feet in front of you is Luck. Between you and her is a fallen tree. And 110 feet in front of you is the gummy nose. And standing
can
beside
get
you is
90
Nick
feet in a
looking like,
round.
what's going on?
I can get
Okay.
90 feet in a round because
Yep.
of roguish shiz.
Yep.
Double dash.
Yeah.
Double
Double
dash.
dash.
Yep.
As I run and I get to the like the bottom log, it's almost like half of them turns into Misk and he gets the like digigrade legs and I just like jump over the log.
Okay. So
I have acrobatics
Yep.
and I want to do dope monk shit. I plan on
Okay.
multi-classing this fucker into monk, I swear. It's too cool.
Okay. Roll me an acrobatics check as you double dash.
70!
Okay, you clear this log quite easily. And you run and double dash 90 feet. And you catch up with luck. Back to the top round. Knick-knack. They've all just run off ahead of you without
They've
saying
all just run off that way.
Look, what you see is like halfway between Ellie and Misk, as it's got just elongated to get extra zoom.
Like Ellie's just gotten taller.
Just zoom.
I will turn to Robo Nezum and go fetch, and Robo Nezum will pounce off at 80 foot's worth of movement.
And what speed's worth of movement?
It's got a 40 speed, so that's dash, so 80 feet in a round.
80 feet. Okay, so I'm not adding a zoom onto here. Can I have? Can't believe I'm writing the zoom down. Can I have an acrobatics check, please, if it's going to try and jump over the log?
How thick is the log?
It's a good 10 feet. It's a big tree.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to blast through it with force damage.
Possibly. It's old, it's decrepit, it's been laid there a while.
I kind of see. Hang on, I'm just trying to find his stat block. There it is.
But if you have to use an action to do that, you can't haste. You can't dash.
Yes, because that would be an action. That would be a force empowered rend. So, can I athletics to jump?
You can use athletics. You can use acrobatics. Whatever you prefer.
Athletics is +2 plus proficiency bonus, so that's going to be +4.
Okay, roll me athletics then.
So that's going to be +2 on that. So that's going to be a 10.
It manages to get over at the cost of 10 feet of movement.
So it will get 70 feet away.
Managed to get 70 feet.
And Knick-knack, I'm still looking around for links. So I'm not chasing after a weird fairy cat thing. I'm gonna sort of, when I asked about it, if it's seen a crystal cat that was flashing red and blue, did it look in a particular direction? Because it did react.
It did react. Roll me insight.
-1, I got an 18. I rolled a 19.
There was a recognition. There was a recognition.
So,
and it's run off ahead.
well, I'm kind of assuming that when it recognized, it may have looked in the direction where it may have seen this
In
thing.
the direction that it is running.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to move 30 that way then.
Okay, cool.
Shouting.
30 feet.
Well, I might move a little bit faster and move around the tree. Can I do 60 and get around the tree?
Yes, but it will cost you 20 feet of movement.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy just to be on the other side of the tree without having to climb.
So if you dash, you'll make 40 feet. Because it will cost you 20 feet to get around the tree. Okay, cool. Right, next up is luck.
Going to dash again.
Okay, we're going to dash.
So
So you do
60.
an extra 60 feet of movement.
And as I do that, I'm just going to yell at Miss Ellie like, catch up to it. I ain't fast enough.
You are now at 150 feet, luck. And then next up is the gummy. Shadow leap back. No, it doesn't. and it's going to try and attempt to glide again. No, it doesn't. It's another 25 feet. So it manages to get to 135 feet. So the gummy catches up with you a little bit, but not by much. Misk, you're up next.
Full 90.
Full 90.
As I
Okay.
run past them, run past the gummy, I say on your left.
Yeah, you're going so fast. It's just like, and the
I
speed
just
of
give
you
it a
running
thumbs up as I
past
run
is that
past.
it, like, creates a bit of a gust of wind on Nutdraft and pushes it up another 5 feet to 140 feet. But you absolutely blast past, and you overtake Luck, putting you at 180 feet.
At one point, I start running backwards, and I just give it a thumbs up, and then start running forwards again.
Yeah, she just responds to you like, "Go on."
Oh no, I like run backwards for a little while, thumbs up the cat, and then turn back around and continue running.
Like, it whips its tail, and it's just like trying to push itself forward as fast as it can. You can almost see a little bit of giddy joy in it to be able to be like taking part. Right, back to Knick Knack.
So yeah, Nezum is just doing 80, just barreling along. So that's 150 now, I think.
Yep, that puts Nezum at 150.
And I will wander along because I'm still looking for links. So I will walk. I'll do a 30 and then shout for links. So I think I'm now 70.
So you're just doing 30.
Yeah. I've lost my cat.
You are over double the distance behind. You can't. It's getting to the point where you can't even see them in the distance now. Okay, next up is Luck. Luck.
Hmm.
As you are moving forward, the undergrowth here is getting thicker. There are large brambles, vines, and bushes. It is not a clear stretch of pathway and meadow to run through in between the trees now. It's getting thick. This is going to be considered difficult terrain and will cost you half speed, unless you can figure out a way to clear the path. But that, again, will cost you actions and movement. So it just depends on what you want to do moving forward.
So it's getting thicker.
Yes. So this is going to be counting. The next turn is going to be counted as difficult terrain.
Okay. So if I were to poof myself into branches, onto the branches, onto the branches, on
Onto
top.
the top, onto the branches, yeah.
Yeah. Would you say I avoid that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you'd have to do acrobatics to jump from tree to tree to tree to tree.
I'm not good with acrobatics. Okay. How much terrain is considered difficult?
You can't tell from here.
Would I know from where I am a path that would make
I'll
it
tell you
easier?
what, make me a perception check.
Okay. 16.
16. It's going to be at least another 60 feet of movement through this difficult terrain, at least from what you can tell here. Could be more.
Okay. I'm going to misty step the first bit, so 30 feet.
So 30 feet, are you going to come up in a tree, or are you going to misty step into 30 feet into brambles?
Into.
Into, okay. 30 feet you are now in the difficult terrain.
And I'm going to run the rest of the way through it.
Okay, so that means you
Dash.
make another 15 feet, or another 30 feet in. So you are getting 60 feet ahead, so you get up to 210 feet.
She catched
Okay.
up with where I was.
Yes, she's just, you hear her, and you see her appear deep into this bush ahead
You were
of you.
moving fast enough, you didn't notice the brambles.
Yeah. Yeah. Before, would say that it was before you got to the brambles, but well, math's a bit weird here, but it doesn't matter.
No problem. I was just
I'm going
wondering
turn
if she
by
caught
turn
up yet.
rather than the distance.
She's
She
overtaken you at the
she
moment.
takes you by 30 feet. So you were on the edge of the brambles essentially. When you got to 180 feet, you were right up on the edge of it, and then she's appeared 30 feet ahead of you in the brambles. No, she's appeared 10 feet in front of you in the brambles because of her misty step. So she's gone and appeared 10 feet in front of you in the misty step,
And then run off through the room.
and then ran further on. So 30 feet in. So she's now at 210 feet. It is the Gummy next, and he gets his leap back. So he's going to appear up on a treetop 20 feet, 20 feet in, at 160. Going to fly another 25 feet to get him up to 185. So you see overhead, Misk coming up overhead of you. You see Gummy soaring. Did they get to try again? No,
Can
they
I-
don't. So they get to 185 feet.
Do you say pass over my head?
No,
Not bad. They're not-
you're much further ahead of them now.
Mm.
You're 35 feet ahead of the Gummy. Misk, 5 feet ahead of you, soaring above the brambles, and in the canopy you see the Gummy. 30 feet ahead of you in the brambles, running through, pushing through all the shut in the bush. You see Luck going. What are
My
you going to do?
plan is to jump into one of the trees and just tree hop across where it's getting hurt.
Okay, so this is going to be an acrobatics check to get into the tree, and I'm going to do another acrobatics check, traverse.
11.
11. You get into the tree. It's going to cost you 10 feet of movement.
So I have 80 left.
So you have 80 left, and I need another acrobatics check for traversal.
Fuck. 8.
8. You trip and you fall. You make it after your first jump, you make it 10 feet, and you fall, and you hit the ground, and it's going to cost you half the rest of your movement to get back up. So you've moved 10 feet up, you've lost 20 feet of movement, you've hit the ground, so you're left with 70. It's taken you 35 to get back up.
So I'll just run with the 35 in
Yep,
difficult terrain.
through
which is
difficult
probably not very
terrain,
far.
which is
17 and a half.
17 and a half. So you've made a total increase of 27 and a half. So
Thank
that
God you're
makes
doing the
it
math.
to 207.5. So you are just behind Luck, but you are still ahead of the Gummy. Nezum, is he going to just...
So how far behind the Gubby is Nezum?
Nezum is 35 feet behind the Gummy.
So
It
if
is quickly approaching the difficult terrain. It's right in
because
front of them.
Nezum's instruction was fetch.
And the Gummy is up.
So can Nezum attempt
Try
some sort of
get
athletics jumpy catch the flying cat thing?
The Gummy is 35 feet ahead of them. They've got a 40-foot movement. Let's make an athletics check to see whether it can get up there first, and then we'll make another check to see whether it can catch the gummy.
So yeah, so it's going to be this +2. 4, no.
You just. This is going to cost 10 movement. 10
well, that would have been
attempt.
movement to get up to him and jump. So that would be an action. So that's going to basically be his go.
Okay, so let's say he uses the rest of his turn to try and the rest of his movement to try and catch up. So that's going to be at half speed, so 20 foot. Half speed, 20 foot, cost 10 foot. You gained 10 feet. So you know 160 instead of 150. Knick-knack.
I'm wandering around shouting for links. So I'm going to get another 30 foot and shout for links and have a wander. So I think I'm maybe
you're not even at the difficult terrain yet.
Yeah, I'm like I've done like 100 foot. They did that in the first round.
Exactly.
Rogue from another dimension.
Yeah. Next up is Luck.
Still dashing. And now I
Dashing.
believe it's normal terrain.
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet, no. You made 30 feet and then half that 30 feet. So you managed to get 60 feet in, but there's still a bit ahead. You can see it clearing out, but there is still a bit of terrain.
DM?
Yeah.
When the basically feeling like sugar glider is going past me, would you consider a tickle an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, sure.
Tickle, tickle.
So is that an action you're going to hold?
No, I more like
Reaction.
A reaction. Yeah. Okay, yes, okay, a reaction.
when it comes past me, like, you know,
when
like
it comes past you.
She reckons it's going to overtake her.
Okay, well, it's 25 feet behind at the moment, so we'll see. Okay, I'll consider that when it has its turn. In the meantime, are you dashing?
Yeah.
You're dashing. Okay. So that's going to be at half speed, so 30, so you make it 240.
Yeah, same. Total 60.
No, because it's
It's
difficult.
difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Then it's the gummy's turn. Let's get its leap back. It does. So it makes it 25 feet on top of that. So it gets to 210. Is it going to be able to do another one? Yes, it is. 210 to 235. It's not quite there yet. And then it's going to use another one. So 235 plus 25 is going to make it 260. And you're going to tickle it as it goes past.
Yeah. Tickle.
Okay. It is going to make a concentration check, a constitution saving throw. What's your spell save DC?
15.
15, okay. It rolled a 12 with a -1 to constitution, so it rolled an 11. You see it then giggles and it kind of flails and like it spins and it flails and it hits the ground. And it goes prone ahead of you.
No.
And crashes to the ground at 260 feet. Misk?
Yeah, you're muted.
No, just the mic is too far.
It's me. Just want to scratch my face. I'm knocking it too far the one way. Am I going to play fair?
No.
I would like to move. And then I would like to movement, bonus action, dash. As my action, I would like to pick up the thing.
I wanted to do that.
You're too slow.
Shut up.
You wouldn't be able to get there.
Then I would like to use all my movement to get close enough. And
So-
just run the full 90.
So double action dash, full 90, so 45.
45.
You would get to 252.5.
How close am I now?
You are 7.5 feet away from it. But you have run past luck. Nezum?
So it's going to have to catch up. So it's just going to bull its way. He's going to bull his way through the
Dash, so,
so it's gonna be
so
40.
80 down to 40. So it's now at 200. Still quite a bit behind.
Can I see, like, as Knick-Knack, can I actually see them running into difficult terrain?
Yeah.
Because I'm at like 100 now. Because I think it kicked in about 150.
Yeah, you can see 100 feet away.
Can I kind of just do 30 but veer off to the
Do
side?
you want to move at an angle?
Yeah. You know, basically I'm going to kind of be like, well, town's over that way somewhere.
So you're going to move forward, but you're going to lose a little bit of distance.
Yeah, I'm not directly following it. I'm
okay. I
going
like
off
that. Because you might
win because I'm not in difficult terrain.
because you're not going through difficult terrain for 2 rounds. Oh God, you're making me. Oh, now I've got. You know when they said you'll never use the Pythagoras theorem? Now I am.
Just put me 15 further forward as I go off an angle. It's fine.
I'm going to put you 20 feet further forward. So you're now at 120, which is still quite a lot off unless you start dashing. Are you dashing at this point or not?
No, I'm still quite happily looking for my missing pet cat.
Okay, lovely. Last round, guys, for this race. Right? Luck.
How far away from the sugar glider am I?
You're ahead of the sugar glider. No, you're 12.5 feet away from the sugar glider.
Okay.
There is 30 feet of difficult terrain left ahead of you.
So I'm going to do my full movement, but instead of dashing, I'm going to. So normal is 30, so technically
You
15.
So if you normal is 30, so you can get 15, which is at 255.
Yeah.
Which is 5 feet away from the sugar glider at 260.
Can't quite make up to the sugar glider.
Without dashing or teleporting.
Without dashing or teleporting.
The math doesn't work out.
You're at 240, it's at 260. Half movement without dashing is only 15.
Okay. Do you reckon that if I dash fully, I could like scoop it up?
It is a small, it is technically a tiny creature. So I would say it would count as a free action to do that, but uncontested.
Okay. Yeah. She's going to pick it.
So you're going to move 30 feet forward, picking up the gunny on your way with your dash to get you to 270 feet.
And like hold it safely against me.
When it goes.
And it just looks up at you and its eyes.
I'm sorry.
No, it looks happy.
At the same time, she's like petting it at the same time to apologize to making him
You hear a little purr. Next up is the gummy. And it is going to, because now it's moved with you, it is now at 270 feet. It is going to hold its action. And it's going to hold its turn. Changing the rules a little bit. Well, no, it's technically its action. Yeah, it's holding its action. Misk.
I would like to use my full 90 in an attempt to
use
get
your
past
full 90 to get to 45, to move 45 feet forward. So that gets you to
97.5.
As I run past,
You run past.
I say to the gummy in Sylvan, I didn't think you'd need the angel's help.
Okay.
In a language you do not speak.
You hope.
The gummy is
I
now
know she
going to use its turn to see if it gets its leap back, which it doesn't. But it gets to move 25 feet.
Yeah.
And it launches itself from Luck's embrace, and it moves forward 25 feet, and it flies forward 25 feet to get it to 295.
Does that mean it's just behind me?
Which means it's just behind you.
Yeah.
Now, it can't, it can fly. It has a fly speed. But the way I see it, it's like a bit more of like a squirrel.
Yeah.
It needs to jump and then glide.
Like
what
how
I've been-
Eldritch
so what
Knight
I've been-
does.
Yes, so what I've been doing every turn so far is I've been rolling to see if it succeeds on a check, to see whether it can jump and then fly.
Like
So it's got to pass this next check to see whether it can jump and fly for its dash to overtake you. If it fails its check, it doesn't, and Misk wins and clears and gets to the approach of the town. However, if it succeeds,
it
it
wins.
gets ahead of Misk and it wins. Okay. Now, the DC is going to be 14. It has a +2 to dexterity, which means it needs to roll a 12 or higher to win. Okay. And I'm going to, can I get the, there we go. That is an 8. So it fails. And it doesn't give it, while it clears the, it manages to clear the difficult terrain, it is unable to give itself enough full effort to get back up into the air to get further movement. And Misk, you clear difficult terrain, you're running through meadow, you've come out through the trees, and you are in the valley on the approach to the southern part of town.
When I
The grove
come
on your
out of the
left,
trees, I shrink back
and
down
you can
to be
see
less
the mill,
obvious.
and you can see the mill on the horizon, on the edge of the valley, on the top side of the valley. And we are going to leave it there for tonight.
Aww.
It's nearly midnight.
Yeah.
It's past midnight for me.
So you've
So
got a little fake creature. You've created a robotic Nezum. You put Nezum to rest in the ground. We figured out
Placed
that
him with a rock.
there's a guard that ran away.
Dead.
We've uncovered some potions, found a medallion.
No one knows about that though.
no,
Nobody
no one knows
it,
about
because
that.
Lux kept a lot of it to herself.
She's stingy.
She's
Took
not.
all the money too.
You gave me trouble.
I did steal all that.
How
money.
did I give you trouble?
Compensation for dealing
All
with
of you.
It's hazard pay.
How did I give you trouble?
Hey, there's 2 fairies now. It's even worse.
Technically 3, because apparently I have Fey ancestry.
Yeah, because you're a goblin.
I'm going to
Goblins
leave
have
it there
Fey
tonight,
ancestry.
guys. So I'm just going to stop the recording.
Okay.
And we need to do the AI companion and copy and paste it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, technically now it's my birthday here.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yay.
How do I stop?